You there, Lou? If you're saying something, you're muted.
Hello.
Yes, yeah, we can hear you.
Welcome, everyone.
How's the snow?
It's still coming down. So, we'll see. Usually, a branch will break off and hit a power line, is what usually causes the power outage. So, yeah, if I suddenly disconnect, that might be why.
Understood.
But hopefully that will not happen. Looks like we're just waiting on Carly.
I'm here.
You're not in roll 20.
Oh, I opened up the page and then completely spaced on actually launching the game.
Oh.
Sorry.
Alright.
Yeah. I was like, I'm in.
Not yet.
I'm here.
Yeah, I saw you in the thing, but no, there you are. Alright. So... looks like Uslog, it's your scribe duty this week. And we have Chomsky on quartermaster, and Malin as the previous scribe, if you would like to give us a recap, Malin.
Sure. Alright, so it was the 12th of spring. To top off my magnificent performance of a fight, I chopped down and crushed the remaining idiot who thought his ideal last words to tell me was, "You're gonna get in trouble for this." Yeah, okay, buddy. I hope it was worth it. Anyway, we took off with the carts, racing, speed racer style. Before I did something hasty and ripped off the crates, Chomsky took a gander and realized that the crates are rigged to blow. He disabled the traps on the crates, and then I rip open and find a bunch of, wait for it, sand. Goddamn sand. All that for stupid sand. I hate sand. It's coarse and it's rough and gets everywhere. So I start digging through because, surely there's something of value buried under there. But Chomsky informs us that the sand itself is magical. Interesting. More on that later. All of a sudden, some flamey giant boys come running across the corner. Like 6 of them. Now, usually, I'd be up for the challenge, but I'm a little winded. Now then, we have a huge amount of magical dust. I mean, there's gotta be some value in it, right? So, the natural decision was to go big or go home, and I snorted a line. That was not a good idea, and black tar came out of my nose, had my movement, and gave me an overdose. Meanwhile, Uslog got a little bit charred up, so I guess I wasn't the only one who was baked in that session. Dougie then messaged us to go south and avoid the park because the giants are waiting for us there. Fast and Furious style, and meanwhile, I start doing jumping jacks and digging more sand into our bag of holding. Froggy decides now is the best time to show up, and all of a sudden runs us down. What a was this guy is too much of a chicken to fight us head on when we're fresh. Meanwhile, Glenn finally wakes up from his snooze, and I throttle him to help us out. In order to buy some time, Chomsky valiantly decides to ride forth to track Frogger. Takes some hits and buys us some time. He does this and everyone cheers on. "Oh, Chomsky, our savior. How brave. Don't do it, Chomsky. You'll get hurt." Are you kidding me? I do that all the time. And what again? This idiot Mal. He's running off again. There goes Mal again. What's new? SMH. So naturally, I get super pissed off in my overdose state, and without any more spell slots, jump down to join Chomsky. I too punch Froggy, and he's a hot boy. As me and Chomsky hold him off, the cart gets past Froggy, who decides to turn on the fog machine because he's got style. All of a sudden, Chomsky zips out into the ethereal plane, and it is then I realize I got baited hard. I might be in trouble here. Len decides it's the opportune time to shit-talk me, so which surprisingly inspires me. I epically dodge Froggy's magma wave, smack him on the ass, and then book it. With all my strength and speed, I just barely able to get hold of the second caravan, and we successfully escape. We finally get to Dougie, who starts teleporting the crates away and promises to meet up with us again. We get back to the hideout, and I just fold over and fall flat on the ground exhausted. Dougie then suddenly waltzes in and reveals that the crates were full of powdered blackstone, which is super rare and because it's super invulnerable. He shoots me a glance for snoring yet, but hey, he said there was magic items, so I was just trying to salvage the situation. Dougie gives Glenn a scroll, and they do a wink off with each other. He expresses that the Devals need to be taken out, and he organized a secret meeting with their head in the guise of trying to get them to join us. In actuality, we need to go machete and slaughter everyone in the house. We start debating whether to do this because of this weird thing called morality. Hey, I'm always down for a better idea, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I mean, the harsh choices require the strongest wills. Anyway, the three bozos walk in, and Didi shows her concern for me and asks what happened. I generalize the explanation, which she then tells Gears to cure me so in exchange for some of the blackstone. Since blackstone is near impervious, and we have it as a powder, and we have a soul crystal, I have an interesting idea for a project. Nudge, nudge, Chomsky. MVP was me for some crazy reason. Don't do drugs, kids. That's my PSA.
Thank you for that recap. So it is the 11th of spring, or sorry, the 12th of spring at 5:01 p.m. according to my notes here.
Can I express my appreciation for the Marvel and Star Wars references?
Of course, that's nice.
You may. You already did. That's fine. Looks like, are you all on the board there for the party order? I think I'm missing Glenn.
Arapel.
I see Arapel there. Yeah, I think we're just missing Glenn.
Really?
Since we're out our 6 this week, could someone put, or actually, does anyone want to play Raldo as a backup? Or do you guys want to 5-man it? Because it might be a little tougher with just 5, but I'm perfectly fine having it be 5 instead of the 6 of you.
Yeah, let's have Raldo.
Cool.
Alright.
I can continue playing him unless somebody else wants to.
You're doing good. You've been cooking with
you
him.
play him really well.
Cooking with fire.
Run away.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead, place Raldo where you want him. He's just all the way in the back.
Just pew and keep him safe is pretty much the strategy.
He's in, this is called a fireball safe formation. Well, actually, it's, not exactly completely fireball safe. Taking
Almost
another
the
look at
opposite.
things. Yeah, actually. Yeah, that's, oh well.
I mean, is the space you gave us, is it possible for us to be fireball safe?
Not
Like, maybe
particularly.
half and half, but yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to be fireball safe in formation if you get jumped. Alright, well anyway. Back to stuff. Where were we? I think we were in the Roic Halls, back in your base. Kind of discussing the plan for tomorrow. To go and speak with the Davalis family. Because I don't think you're going today. Basically, you, I believe we're getting, yeah, I think the Deep Frost Network was going to try to set you up with a meeting with him. So, yeah. Alright, so unless someone wants to do anything, I'm going to start passing time. My D10s, here they are. Okay. So the evening would pass. The group that you're with, the three kings, it seems like they need some more supplies, which is going to cost some gold from the city. So you might have to do some upkeep costs, expenses. So go ahead and spend however... I guess you can't really live well down here, so it probably would just be a gold piece each for some supplies from the city.
Oh no, we were losing a gold piece. That's unfortunate, guys. Whatever, times are tough.
Airpel, you need me to spot you, or do you have gold now?
I don't remember. Have we given Arapel gold? Let me look.
No.
He doesn't
I'll-
really
I'll
care
pay-
about gold, so
I'll pay for Airpel.
thank you. I can't remember if we put any gold on him.
Thanks for keeping us alive.
Oh, you
Well,
want this
you
now?
could, if you want to just pay the 5 gold from the party treasury, that's fine.
Oh yeah, you guys gave me gold. He's got 850, or he's
Yeah.
carrying that for the party. I don't know.
No. I have I'm pretty sure. Didn't we raid
Did we
the?
come up with something? Yeah.
I think it was Meatloaf's hideout. We just got like a bunch of gold there.
Yeah, and the Giant's Forge,
That too.
the temple.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh,
where you got most of your gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's from
You're
the
rich.
raid.
Yeah,
All right.
Arapel jingles when he walks now.
Alright, so you each spend a gold piece.
He's even less stealthy than he was before.
The evening would pass without issue, so it's now the 13th of spring at 8 a.m. What do you want to do? Or should I just keep passing time?
Well, I
So
mean,
we're waiting to
if
hear
we're-
back.
Yeah, if we're passing time though, we should do some downtime projects or.
You certainly can. You're waiting to hear back from the Deep Frost because they were setting up the appointment.
Did we decide what we were gonna do? Like, I know I in my journal I says like, I was questioning morality, but like, listen, I am down
Yeah.
for other ideas, but if we need a flattened house, we need a flattened house.
Do we have any way of maybe dealing with the servants just in a little bit more of a less violent way? What if we erase their memories? Could we just erase their memories?
Well, I don't know
Would that
how
help?
many Glenn can do in a given day.
Yeah, that's true.
What
It's
is
just
this? What is
worth
this,
thinking
Harry
about.
Potter?
So, if there is a way to spare them, that would be nice. But
Well, we discussed
Yeah.
maybe disguises so that they couldn't identify us, but the problem is if we could disguise ourselves well, we would have done that quite a bit more during time down here. We would have had a whole different approach down here.
Plus, it's not about if we're the ones that kill him. It's the fact that the servants will let the truth of what happened, that the family was murdered, get out.
right.
It's not necessarily who killed them is the issue. It's the fact that they were murdered.
Can we
Does it matter?
knock
I
them out?
mean,
Can
I
we
thought
do
it was because it was
non-lethal?
us.
Can we do non-lethal on the servants? Can we clunk them on the head?
I mean,
I think they didn't want anyone. That was a big part of the thing, was that
They didn't want
no one
witnesses.
could be.
I mean, let's say there's 10 servants. Are we all gonna stuff them into a couple fridges, or what's
Like
gonna
a
happen
temple
when they
Like a
do
different
wake up?
plane or somewhere else, so they can't witness it.
Yeah.
But they'll
So the-
still be alive to tell the tale.
Yeah, and they also don't. Do they not want to know that the family was murdered at all? That they just disappeared? Or
Yeah, I think I would assume they want to spin their own tale, and the fact that some people just broke in and murdered them is probably not the tale they want to tell.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Glenn understands. As I say, I understand this is for many of you, this is an unsavory act. So I volunteer to be the one to deal the blow, so that the rest of you can keep your conscience clean.
My conscience feels no
That-
cleaner with this deal.
Yeah, same. But I accept that it's when we got ourselves into this revolution, we have to accept that we have to do
There may
unsavory
be
things.
collateral damage, but I do not
Unhonorable.
accept that we deliberately caused the death of innocents.
Yeah. The mercenaries I have no problem with. They, they signed up for, a violent career path.
What if?
Servants are just trying to take care of people.
What type of wages do these servants make? What would be like their annual income?
Pay them off. I mean, I guess we have the funds to do that.
I'm serious.
There's nothing stopping them from taking the money and then telling it what happened.
Yeah.
Well, we don't
Is-
have to. What if we pay them off before this goes down, and they are like, "Heck, I quit," and run off before it all goes down?
Well, how do you know which, who's, supposed to be in the house when that happens?
Just out of, just
Even
out
all
of
off.
statistics, like, there's gonna be one that's a jackass and spills the bean, most likely.
Well, that's
No,
the
I
one
agree.
that you can modify memory on.
Well, how do we know
It'll
that? I
be
mean,
too late.
Glenn,
No.
someone's been ratting out Glenn and his concerts like every single time. Obviously, more people, but like, there's, in fact, the entire point of the Diwalis is that, they like the Fire Giants because they're getting like, kickbacks from them. So,
Well, I will not agree to this plan simply because it is convenient or because we cannot think of another.
I think this is something where we need to be all in or not do it at all.
How would we disappear them, Chomsky? You've said something about disappearing them. Is there some way to lure them away before the event?
It's just a thought.
Yeah.
Teleport them somewhere else in the world, or before all this goes down. But again, that would be very difficult.
Look, I could, the only thing I could think of to spare their lives if we went through with this is if we somehow were able to, unbeknownst to the rest of the manor, gather all the servants up in one spot and convince them to be willing to a teleport. And I could teleport them all to somewhere far away, like teleport them back to Char or something.
wait. Why does it have to be? Well, we're not doing it the entire manor, right? We're just doing people in the house. So could we just go round everyone up in the house? Obviously, we kill all the bodyguards and the guy himself. Round the servants and be like, guys, you have a simple option here. Either you get teleported out like very far and you live a very long, happy, healthy life, or your neck gets snapped.
Well,
Really,
the
what
thing-
choice?
Do we know of is where in Teruvia would be most tolerant of Lurgar? Would we have any insight to that?
Generally the cities are more tolerant, but nowhere is going to be super tolerant of deep dwarves. They'll
But
probably.
they would be able to find work and community.
They-
they're not exactly like prominent citizens.
They wouldn't necessarily be even let into the city if they weren't citizens of Teruvia. They might just be captured. Because,
thrown in prison just because they're not citizens.
yeah, not necessarily. Well, they could be thrown in prison. They could be, forced to leave. Not every town will just let them in if they aren't citizens of the Empire. At least the cities. They might find more luck out in the country or the wilds, but, ideally, not having a home or any funds, you're kind of a refugee displaced at that point.
If we are
And
going
we'd have to-
relocate them, then I intend to give them some funds.
You have to give them a bunch of gold.
Would
then.
be leaving
Yeah,
behind
because
their
they could be
families as
careful.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I'm not saying we don't have to teleport them across the continent. Why don't we, teleport them 3 weeks out? If they, spend 3 weeks, they can get back here in one piece.
I thought the idea was that they never return.
Well, after the revolution doesn't matter.
I guess that's fine with me. Yeah, but either way, I would give them provisions, or I wouldn't want to put them in the middle of the wilderness without provisions, or in the middle of a city without some gold.
Oh,
Sure, we can give them some.
Just FYI, I linked a document in the main chat that's kind of useful for downtime and expenses. It's read-only, but you can make a copy of it and mess around with it if you want. It's like a big spreadsheet of all the downtime info.
Oh yeah, we have.
You're able to teleport any number?
Let's see.
I think it's 8.
That's a good
Oh,
question.
that's not very many.
Up
I
to
think
8 will
the
increase
servants, there were
resistance.
like 10 servants last time we.
2 of them.
But that was the manor. Like, this is supposed to be like the secret house, so.
If there's 10 servants, they can choose 2 of them to die.
Oh god, this is gonna get so messed up.
Musical cheers time.
Going,
Guys, have you heard of musical cheers?
Oh,
Glenn
darn.
here
We're-
is going to start
We're
playing.
going Squid Games here, D&D edition.
Yeah.
Glenn here is going to start playing.
Glenn,
When he
like,
stops, there's
Glenn-
gonna be cheers.
Glenn breaks a poker cue, and he's like, "We're having tryouts." And
Oh,
just
yes,
throws,
yes.
throws it to them.
I love that.
10 of you are here, only 8 can leave.
Well, I mean, okay, so do we have intel that there's 10 servants? Is that...
Something like that.
so-
we did have the amount somewhere.
Yeah, so according to the note, I can pull it back up. Or was it? I think it's under notes, so it makes sense. It is... Yeah, under notes, Davalis assassination. Give you the info again.
So,
11 servants?
what if...
What is bro doing with 11 servants?
I mean, you could just let them live and take a chance. The Deep Frost Network said you didn't have to kill them. They just prefer they be dead because it would make things easier for the future. It would keep
well,
the.
they
It would
also-
guarantee that your, what's it called? Your actions would go unnoticed, and you're less likely to encounter trouble.
I
I...
would
Yeah,
take
we-
trouble over killing innocent people.
Yeah, agreed, agreed. But if we could figure out some plan to relocate them or something in a
Yeah.
non-violent way,
Pay them
then
off.
yeah, I'm down for spending whatever it takes on.
Okay, we can ship out 8 servants, so we only have 3 more to deal with. All right. 3 is a little bit more easier to deal with. Not like kill, I'm just saying like, I don't know. Maybe now we can stuff them into the box that you guys
I
want.
feel like these half measures are because most of you lack conviction to either choose to let them go and deal with the consequences, or choose to kill them and forego your morality.
Well, I've made the choice. I will not participate or condone or assist with killing them.
No, you don't have to. I can.
I'm attempting to assist with formulating some plan that is a compromise, for the rest of the plan here. But absolutely, if those are the only 2 choices, then my choice is we let them go.
I mean, you can all just guys can deal with the mercenaries in Davalis, and I can deal with the servants.
I will not. No, I mean, I won't. I won't allow that. I mean,
Are you going to stop me?
yes. If
I would
if
like
it
to
comes
see
to
you
that,
try.
I will attempt to.
Okay, whoa. Guys, like I said, like I said, we only have 3 of them to deal with. I mean, and if you guys are okay with the numbers, I think we pay off. Like we teleport 8 out, 3 just get paid off, and then we keep an eye on them. 3 running their mouths versus 11 running their mouths. It's far less chance. So
I won't be teleporting anybody. We're either going to kill them or we're going to let them go.
Then we
okay,
will be
well in
ready
that
to
case,
start. I thought
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
attempting to compromise from the 2 sides of the question here, but if there is no teleporting, there is no compromise, then I
Well,
will.
Boulder
I
Bottom
cannot.
would say we might need the teleport to get out ourselves, right?
Possibly.
Exactly.
That's fine. Yeah, I am unable to assist with murdering innocents, it is contrary to my core programming.
I understand that.
People-
As I say, I never expected assistance from you.
Or not just active assistance, even passive assistance. Contradicts
Just
my programming.
turn the other way. I don't care.
That is passive assistance.
Just turn around.
Can we
Just
turn you off?
turn around. Just turn around. She turns back around. Everyone's dead.
You might know
Oh,
how,
they all heart attack. It's
Can
crazy.
you just boot her down for a few minutes while I murder everybody?
I feel like this is the explanation I explained to
Wait,
Arapel.
does Arapel have an off switch? That's dangerous.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
no.
figured out how to
Yeah.
activate me, so I was speculating sort of out of character that
Some,
he
like,
might
Random lackey is just fighting you, and they're like, "Wait, what's this?" Doo!
There's
Oh.
like some command phrase like
Doo!
fail safe man.
Cue the
Violent
Millennium
Gamma
Falcon.
Delta Pi.
Beep, 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 beep. Sorry, go ahead.
some command phrase just like Gamma Delta Pi.
Shut down, shut down.
I think this is the first time, like, our group has been chaotic in moments, but this is the first time that we've actually discussed, like,
Want
We've never
murder?
really had we've never had to face killing innocent people before.
yeah, just like
Like, it's
Arapel.
always been.
in some place fully expecting to kill someone that is.
Although the idea of Arapel becoming a fallen paladin is kind of cool. She goes all emo or something. Oathbreaker Arapel.
I was like, as a player, I want to do this like in the easiest way possible, but
No, but we got that's
Not.
I'll stick to it.
Are we gonna? Go ahead. Sorry.
He has programming, and he's redemption because he failed his programming at one point, but it wasn't because he intentionally killed innocents that he failed.
You're not gonna go Game of Thrones. Just suddenly decide to murder everyone. Tired of this bullshit. Dragon murder everyone.
Be some other catalyst that damages his programming or converts it somehow for that to occur.
Yeah, it just suddenly goes murder robot.
That actually could be terrifying.
Eyes just turn red and start hacking everyone with your what's it called?
Turns into a conquest paladin. Crush enemies.
Heretics. Heretics must be purged. Joins the Warhammer universe. Alright. So, yeah, what, are we gonna talk some more about this? You wanna pass time? What do you guys wanna do?
It sounds
I assume you wanna do some downtime stuff today. If it's fine if you wanna RP the discussion more. It sounds like you guys want to let them go?
affirmative.
That seems to be the case.
Raldo says, not a fan of the deep dwarves, but even I, am a little bit, iffy about just murdering a bunch of unarmed. Even if they are, dirty deep dwarves.
Alraldo.
Revolution requires sacrifice.
And you know, this is gonna close out the revolution. I mean, this is a part of the revolution, getting rid of this house, right?
Yes. Well, hold up. I mean, we also said at first we were going to go and actually like try to see if we can convince them. I mean, we're going to, if we think they're
longer
lying
this
to us,
is-
then obviously, we're gonna like, all right, sorry, you're lying. It's time to go, Betty, bye bye. But if they seem like they're willing
the
to,
longer this revolution lingers, the more people will die.
Well, our actions,
And we have-
our actions here have already indirectly caused death, and I am not happy about it. But I will not actively cause deaths by choices that we could, have made in advance to do such acts.
Well,
I mean, the concert. I mean, we basically knew we were gonna set up a bunch of dwarfs to get walked on, like Goomba impressions. So
And again, not everyone was fully on board with that. But
But what if the swift, quiet removal of this house saves many more lives? If the tale gets out that this house was murdered, it could lead other deep dwarfs to
And this
rally
house does get
behind
ahead.
them and fight alongside the fire giants, causing more casualties.
Glenn has proven himself a loyal and honorable warrior alongside us.
Don't mistake my willingness as a desire to wantonly kill innocents. It's just that sometimes you have to be willing to get your hands dirty to see through things to the end.
You
Again, if
have to be willing. It's a choice.
it is, I mean, it's a choice that if we don't do this, many more could die instead.
Well, far fewer would die if we had not begun the revolution. But here we are. Choices have been made. I've stuck with the group thus far despite those choices, and I will continue to attempt to keep you all alive. But I will continue to attempt to fulfill my programming in every opportunity, regardless of circumstance or race or etc.
Aren't you just blindly enforcing your own morality on everyone else then?
I'm not. I'm telling you how I will act and allowing you to act as you please, which is how we have arrived here. I have voted against a number of our actions so far. We would not be at this place if I had enforced my choices or morality or preferences on the group.
You just said you would actively stop me if I moved to kill the servant.
Yes, I said that I would absolutely do whatever I can to keep them safe if there was a circumstance where I felt there was no need to murder an innocent.
So what if you just stay behind? Is that
So again,
acceptable?
you're enforcing your morale. You're enforcing the choice on us that we don't have that option because
Just as
you will take a stand
you've
against it.
enforced the choice on me to stand by while this revolution was started. I've voted against every step of the way. I do not wish to be in contrary to the rest of the group, and I continue to attempt to protect you all as much as possible, and I will continue to protect everyone around in any circumstance I can if I see no reason for them to.
Friends, Raldo says. I think we should come to an agreement, and we definitely shouldn't come to blows over this.
I in no way intend to
Perhaps just a vote?
blows on any member of this group, but I will protect others as I have protected you in circumstances that are not right.
Yeah, and you would know, Arapel. How many, or are you full paladin? I forget.
Yes.
Alright, so you would know that this kind of thing could cost you your paladinship. Your connection to the divine, if you're just like murdering innocent people. So you definitely... Or go ahead.
I'm actually okay. So this is the first paladin I've played, and I don't actually have a deity. Well, I mean, I was created by people who have a deity. And
Yeah.
So I was it's created in his name, but like I don't know that I actually have an oath. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm open to playing that however you think is right. But we had never really discussed that piece of his backstory.
So even if you don't necessarily have a deity, the powers of a paladin kind of come from a combination of conviction and like a connection to some greater power. So if like your conviction falters and you do something like really against your, like the things that you stand for, like that could compromise you and lead to like having to go the fallen path.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, and that doesn't change my choices. Like, it's the way I've played him throughout. He
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, he definitely he was I don't know if blessed is the right word, but like when he was activated, there was a ceremony for Dugmar, and Brightmantle is the deity. So he's the wandering thinker. So
and that probably gave him his connections to a greater power as well as his conviction.
I would almost say then the ceremony to bless Arapel, the oath was instilled upon him
That probably makes sense.
during
I never
that.
thought about it as an oath, but now like it does make sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's I'm realizing this as I think out loud here. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
And that's what I love about Paladin is because I never played Paladin until 5e because, and it's interesting that Paladin, you can kind of roleplay Paladins, their powers coming from a few different places, which is
Yeah, it's not as it's not so much in your face like it is with warlocks, you know.
yeah. I think the only requirement is lawful, right? Which kind of goes along with the conviction part. Like you kind of have your
no, not
convictions,
even.
isn't it? I thought they were required to be
No,
lawful.
they got rid of that from this is the first edition where they can be any
Oh.
because you have like vengeance paladins and conquest paladins.
Yes, I love Vengeance Paladin.
And, you know,
I thought they were still
the
lawful.
conquest
Though.
paladins are basically just like fucking crush your enemies, and then when they're down, kick them in the stomach, and then pee them on.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess I've been playing it as his programming, but yeah, it's very much like an oath. Yeah. It's
Okay,
just-
look, I don't want to like obviously out of character. I don't want to like metagame this, but I think like in game, obviously the resolution would be to say like, oh, Arapel, why don't you just stay behind? But obviously I don't want to exclude you from the fight
Well,
as
no,
a player.
That doesn't work for him either. Because
That still doesn't work?
Well-
he knows that staying behind is passively allowing. It is passive compliance with the murders.
I feel like he's done that plenty of times before. Like
But,
there's
yeah, and that
no
means-
happening.
It's forcing a choice to not be. It's forcing a choice then for us to not be able to kill the servants,
Well,
or else we're going to come in for a conflict.
I feel that he has walked eggshells and borderline gone against his convictions multiple times in order to continue to protect this group with some of the choices you guys have made. So I feel that the exact opposite has happened repeatedly. I mean, and I'm not mad about it. That's just like you guys have. You're saying I'm enforcing something on you, but I feel like you've done that to him all along.
No, that's fair. That's why I'm saying is, I think because that's been what we've been doing so far. I feel like, all right, I mean, it's a little twisted, but this is the standard for what we're doing. Like, the standard is like, all right, if you have this, if you have like, this is like what we've been doing, and this is acceptable to your programming. Like, we're not going to deviate. Like, I understand, like, if you're there in person, your program is going to compel you, to defend those people. That's as a robot, that makes sense to me. But what I'm saying is because this is the standard as a robot you've been following of like, well, this is eggshells, but we've been doing this. That's why, like, I'm out of character saying like, if you stayed back, this would make sense.
Okay.
Your programming.
I
Like, not
understand what
happy,
you're saying, and I'm not trying to be a stick in the mud, but I
Oh,
really,
no, I agree.
yeah, I feel really strongly that we have just had a conversation where we were asked to kill common folks who are just trying to make a living wage.
I guess you are lawful neutral.
Because they might be in the way, and so that request has triggered in Arapel no, I won't allow that to happen if I can avoid it. Now that doesn't mean he's going to attack you if you attack them, but he is going to try to defend them and get them out. And staying behind is just as bad as standing by and watching it happen, because this request was made of our group, and he doesn't want it.
It's definitely an evil act, but
staying behind so that he's not the arm who wields the sword, I feel is no less evil, or no less contrary to his tenets.
Raldo would say, is there a way we can come up with some kind of compromise?
Well, and when someone suggested the teleport, that's why I was open to, planning that on and discussing that. But when it was stated that the one who can do the teleport will not do so, then I thought that was off the table.
You don't have like a scroll of teleportation just sitting on the side, or
No.
That would take a long time to describe.
And
Okay,
honestly, if we
it
did,
doesn't
its
need to be
value would be
teleport.
far worth the lives
Yeah,
of a
I
bunch
don't
of
think we need
commoners.
to teleport them.
You
that
know,
is a fair
we need
point.
to get them out of there before we murder everybody, and find a way to get them out without them seeing all of us before we go and chop heads and get them rolling.
What if
So,
How long
But
can you
again,
keep us
so
invisible?
I mean, just to go in circles a few
Wait,
more
wait, wait, hold
times.
up. How long can you keep us invisible, Glenn?
Um,
And how many people can you keep invisible?
Between Glenn and I, we could keep the entire party invisible.
it
So why don't
is
you
up to
two?
an hour.
Why don't you two get like we all waltz in and everyone else is invisible, and we basically it's like saying like because of this how sensitive the negotiation is, we need to clear out the servants.
we could have a message delivered to the servant's entrance in advance with an offer they can't refuse. You
Do
know,
we-
That one we don't know.
I don't know.
Do we have time to stake out the place and maybe kidnap one of the servants going in and out?
Well,
Obviously, why not?
the place where you're meeting them is not where they usually are. Like, it's being set up so that you're going to meet them there at that time. Usually, their people aren't at that place, or else there'd
Do
be
we
more
know where that
guards and
place is?
servants.
Do we know where this place is that this?
Yeah. So the Deep Frost people, well, I guess you could probably ask, what's his name? Durden, I think. Hang on, I'll look it up. Where are we?
Because I don't need to modify everybody's memory. I just need to modify one of the memory. If we can kidnap one before the meeting, I can modify their memory so that there is going to be a dangerous. I can, for some reason, for them to go tell the other servants to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
We'll have to come up with
Without
something.
alarming them or anything would be probably
Yeah,
the
just that
best.
they need to leave the premises at a
Yeah, like the master
with some
has
urgency
like
and yeah.
So yeah, you would assume that Dugdrin knows where the meeting spot is. You could always ask him for the coordinates. Did he give you a way of getting in touch with him? I think you guys said you just use sending or something, right? Or am I thinking of a different group?
That sounds a lot like a conversation we had earlier this week. I'm not sure if that was this group.
I think they've always just kind of showed up.
All right. So all right, let's pass some time for now, though. So
How do we oh, sorry, go ahead.
all right, last chance to do more stuff, or else time will pass.
Is it like downtime time?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're not doing the thing tonight, right? Or is it, so when's the? Or is it tonight?
No, you're waiting to hear back from the Deep Frost Network at this point, because
Okay,
they got the the Blackstone powder, and then they left this note for you with the information, and they said they'd get in touch with you.
And do we know what day it is going to go down, or for that information as well?
You're guessing they're gonna tell you in advance, but they
Okay,
haven't
we don't know-
given you a day yet.
We don't know where and we don't know when. We just know it's happening.
Yeah, that they wanted you to do this, and they basically it said that this would help pave the way for the revolution, is to get rid of your enemies. Start here.
Because they're the family that sucks up to the fire giants, right?
Yes, this is the one that is basically like fire giant allies.
All right.
All
So-
right. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to recommend that we see if we can at least get the location. I understand that
Oh.
we may not have.
One other thing, sorry. You don't know if the Deep Frost Network is intending for you to go in to talk to them as, for negotiations. They might just be sending you in to kill them.
I think that's the easier route.
That's what I was
Yeah,
under the
that's-
impression.
The impression I got as well.
Yeah, because someone was saying like, "Oh, we'll talk to them first," but you know,
Oh, yeah, I said
It-
that.
Well,
Like
we're
it-
going under the guise of
We meant the
negotiating.
servants. Yeah.
yeah. So you're not sure what guys the Deep Frost is going to use, but they might just be sending you in like with some other cover with the intent to kill them. So if you do want to talk to them first, that might be something you look into if you care.
Well, I think it was the servants we were saying, like, talk to, like.
Gotcha. You do know where their house is,
Okay.
like the main house.
Then can we try and surveil and identify a servant that we could maybe do this trick with? And would everyone be open to this plan if we can modify someone's memory and have him get the rest of the servants out with some sort of bluff?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is everyone down for
Always
that?
okay with kidnapping somebody.
All right.
It's
That's
better than killing a bunch of people. Kidnapping one person and modifying their memory is saving other lives.
Uh,
Taking lives.
hopefully keeping
So
them clueless to what's going on.
you could make a
If not-
contact within the house. That would be a 5-day project. Is to
We
like
have that much time before this goes down.
maybe. You don't know
Well,
for
I'm,
sure.
I'm very down to first kill Froggy, then we get the Davalas destroyed. You know, I'm very down for that.
Okay.
To fight Froggy, you'd probably need contacts again. Like someone in the higher echelons of the society who might know where he is. So that would also probably require making more friends within the city.
I thought we could just like, Dougie was like,
Just run around and wait for him to pop up. I mean, that is
oh, yeah,
one
we could bait
option.
him out. And we could try bait him out.
Just be like, Froggy! But then he might come with a bunch of his friends.
He's
Alright.
also likely not to show up until we're exhausted.
And if you
And this is
want,
true, he is the wuss.
Yeah.
He is a complete wuss, you're right.
and if you guys want, you can work on making the contact together. It will cut down on the amount of time.
Oh,
Down for that.
okay.
But, yeah. Alright, so you all have your projects. Can I pass some time?
Before we pass some time, I'm
Yep.
going to take out my rhythm maker's drum. I'll start beating it, get a nice funky rhythm going, a nice bass line, and I'm going to point to Uslag, and
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to let the magic flow through me, and I point at Uslag, and I
What are
say,
you
Uslag,
What?
let the magic take you, dance!
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
As I force Uslag to dance.
I guess I dance.
Right. Uslag, give me a performance check. Not the first round.
You can only make saves. Yeah, the first is an automatic success. So at least
Well,
for one round, you
Tripped
have
over
to
Uslag. Uslag is not dancing well.
practice. Practice makes perfect. You'll get
Alright,
there.
you can now make a what dex save?
It's a
Wisdom.
save.
Yeah, you
Wisdom, yeah.
can now make a wisdom save. Sorry, not dex.
Oh, wisdom. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Dexterity. I didn't fall flat on my face. How about that?
Actually,
Sure.
you actually made the save.
Well, that was
that's
a
dexterity.
dex, so she
But I mean, if you would have rolled,
Alright, well, she made the wisdom
Or
save.
also-
So
Really?
she dances poorly for about 6 seconds, then probably gives Glenn a very angry stare.
Now, if we have combat this session and Uslag can't roll above,
Yeah.
we're gonna blame you.
I'm gonna need that wisdom save later.
You stolen her 22. She can't get it back now. All right. Well, with a bit of levity from the dance, I'll say the day is passing. Another day passes. It's go ahead and spend your 1 gold piece and put a day towards whatever you're working on. It is now the 14th.
I'll get mine. Uslag.
Like I already won my the championship like WWE belt, but I don't
You
know
have to
what else.
defend it
Okay,
against
like,
no one.
Isn't your guy? You guys are too well known to do stuff in the city now. Or wait, no, that's right. You were. Yeah, you probably don't want to risk it at this point. Although that might
Not
limit.
even for the biscuit.
Unless you have some way of disguise, but if you disguise your... Well, were you fighting as disguise? No, right?
No, I
Not
wasn't.
before,
I
so yeah.
wasn't.
At this point, they probably have people there waiting for you.
Dang it. I
Yeah.
have to vacate the belt?
You
Oh.
probably have to, give up the belt by default.
Well, you gotta come find it and take it from
Yo.
That's true.
Yeah, that's my side project. I'd like to steal the belt.
Gonna-
We got
Well, we are
lives
doing a
we can
heist after
see.
this.
We could take them to the ethereal plane and leave them there.
oh.
Leave them there. Did not you say that there were like
And then
Wraiths.
bring them back.
wraiths and stuff? Yeah.
In the ethereal plane? I don't think so.
No,
It's
it's...
just
Maybe I'm okay. I'm mixing up my groups again. Maybe never mind.
No, well, I think... Anyway, go ahead.
My little horse can transport people to and fro 3 at a time. Well, 2 at a time.
How long
But I
are they
guess-
in there for?
Until I bring them back.
Oh.
But I don't know if they can see what's going on from the ethereal plane.
I think they can. We can't see you, but you can like
Yeah.
we can't.
Yeah, never
Mm,
mind.
here's
Just
my- into
kidding.
the
That's a
ethereal-
bad idea.
Wait. How long? Wait. What's wrong with leaving them in the ethereal plane for like, extended period of time?
Uh,
So they'd still be able to see what was going on, unless we.
I don't know.
The
Yeah,
ethereal
keep it for, like,
plane-
3 weeks.
well, I mean, you can make a deception check, but the ethereal plane is not a safe place to be. There are, like, spirits and
Oh.
stuff there. Like, don't you
If they, like,
remember...
stay put.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. This group doesn't have the ethereal armor. That was the other group. Yeah, there were, like,
That's
wraiths
why
and
I
shit in
stopped
the
the
ethereal
middle of
plane.
my sentence.
Or,
I-
like,
I realized
ghosts
I was
and...
in the wrong group. Yeah.
It's not a good... Well, I mean, they're not everywhere, but it's definitely dangerous to go into the ethereal plane. It's got its own set of... I mean, it's good if you're getting away from danger, but yeah, there's also...
Right, and when
possibility
you're
of
writing
danger.
For a short amount of
Nightmare, you know, when you're writing a nightmare, you've got some speed and probably some, some
Yeah.
intimidation factor.
Okay,
Just
so
because
bad
it's
idea. We can, yeah.
Oh, it was...
Vaccinate that.
Good idea. Wrong situation.
Just spitballing.
Yeah.
He's just spitballing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was. I mean, that was
Throwing
good.
darts, seeing what sticks.
Exactly. So... You guys have a camp yet? I don't think you have any camp people.
No.
I'm still coming up with rules for that, but you can have a bunch of people following you around, like, as a camp. But we don't have to worry about that right now. So 14, 14 passes, so another day passes. It is now the 15th at 8 a.m. Again, spend another gold piece and put a day towards whatever you're doing. Let me know if anyone finishes a project.
Are we making that contact with the servants?
Did someone make a thing for that?
Well, so before we started the downtime, I asked if that was an option, and I thought we said that that's what we were going to try and do. But then you said you weren't sure if we could be seen in the city, so I'm confused whether or not that was an option.
Oh, well, I mean, you can still move about using the tunnels, just like staying up above. Something as public as a fighting arena would be
Gotcha.
dangerous, but like just talking to people, I mean, there's still a little risk, but that's basically a complication that could arise.
I don't know if anyone else is working on this, but if it's going to assist us with, getting these servants out, then Arapo would be spending this time trying to identify a kidnap victim.
Kidnap
I mean,
victim.
in that same vein, I feel like I'd try to find a way how to jump Froggy. So
And actually, you know what? I'll say the fighting ring is underground enough that you can do that too. So you can do that as well if you want to be working on that.
All right, so
to back champ, let's go.
We'll say like you're in like some hidden underground pit fight thing, like that isn't necessarily known by the fire giants.
I
You're
have a belt to defend. I'm
you're-
sorry. This is so important to me.
you're underground now. You're in the underground circuit. It's like the illegal fights. It's anything goes.
Carousing if I'm trying to kind of
Yeah. So it,
bail and find a servant.
I think like if you look at that downtime activities thing, it has the carousing.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it counted as carousing.
You want to look at the XGTE though, not the normal one.
I have a gigabrain idea. How about
what?
because I'm doing a title defense? Okay, we invite one of the servants, and then you can carouse with them in the middle of my title defense.
I mean, maybe that's one of the things she does is pays for them to go to one of your fights. But I mean, we don't. Yeah, that's fine.
What did you say just before he made that suggestion, Lou? You said it was.
Well,
carousing
there's
and
so.
not
Well, if you look at the sheet, there's some of the things have XGTE, and that's the Xanathars, because like there's the original downtime rules and the Xanathars, so you want to look for the Xanathar ones if you're looking at the spreadsheet.
No, I'm looking at Xanathar's guide
Oh well,
to
yeah,
everything
then yeah, you can find it there.
on D&D Beyond. Yeah, so so would this be lower class carousing?
Yeah, this would be like middle class, the servants.
Middle class.
Yeah, sorry, not lower class. These aren't like poor people. They're okay. They're middle class.
Right. Okay. All right. So I was trying to see if there was a. Okay, 2 people. All right, there we go. All right, so I paid in, and I'm that's what I've been doing. So sorry, go ahead.
Been spending the days. Just to let you know, we started on the 12th. Or sorry, the 13th, because the 12th the day ended. So 13th, and we are now on the 15th. So yeah, it's been 2 days. On the 15th, during the day, you would get, I'll say, Glenn, you get ascending, which I will type to you. Is the name? Wish I could remember all my NPC names by heart. Just too freaking many of them. I was gonna whisper that, but there you go.
Do Dwegar have different gods, like a different pantheon than other dwarves?
I mean, mostly they worship gods of the deep. A lot of more like neutral to evil gods.
Okay, so not like Moradin's pantheon, right?
Yeah, sorry, I meant to whisper that, but that's the message you get.
Yeah, because Arapel's god is actually a lesser member of Moradin's pantheon.
I'll whisper the second part to you.
Okay. I mean, the first part, yeah, he would let everybody know that we're the guys we're going under as magical item merchant, since we kind of already have a reputation from that from Kesvin.
Sounds fair enough.
And there's the second part.
And he didn't relay that the meeting is set for the 22nd.
So we have 9 days?
7 days.
Okay, so we got time.
Alright.
And that concludes this day. So it is now the 16th. I'll keep passing days unless anyone tells me they're doing something. When
Actually,
is... Yeah.
What, I mean, Glenn, do you tell us that exact message?
Yeah.
So we are going to be going in there. Wait, I don't understand. We're merchants selling magical wares. How's that going to work? Like they have, we're just going to be, just happen to be some merchants inside the house while they were having separate negotiations. And then they were like, they blow a whistle and we start going machete.
Well, there's no separate negotiations. You're just going in to kill them.
We need a way to get in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's our
So
way
we're
to
just
get
going.
in.
Oh, we're just going in. Oh, okay. So we're not even gonna. I thought we were gonna be like the entire point of the first scroll was, oh, we're meeting them under the pretense that.
Oh, did I miss something in my first scroll?
In the first scroll, you said it was going to be where like it's under the pretense that we're getting them to rebel against the fire giants. If not, I was just confused.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's just change that then. It's you're just meeting him under the pretense of being merchants. I just forgot that I mentioned that. Okay. I mean, I guess they could still do that angle to keep the story straight. Yeah, maybe they think, okay, we'll just say pretense of like finding out more about this rebellion. Yeah, so yeah, we'll say then there's less need to lie anyway, so that would make sense.
Okay.
But they don't expect you to actually try to convince him. And they would probably tell you not to, because it would be dangerous for him to know too much, and they don't trust him. Alright, so anyway.
So we are going under the pretense of trying to talk to them about rebellion.
Yeah, well, since I put that in the original scroll, we'll just keep with that. We'll say, they've heard of, what you've done, they've heard of you, the concert, and they want to talk to you about joining the rebellion, but the Deep Frost Network says that is not something to follow because they don't trust that family, and they don't think they'll actually try to join. More likely they'll just get information from you for the giants. So pretend you're trying to recruit them, but then kill them, basically.
Okay. Oh yeah, because they're more likely to sell us out than anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire giants.
So they don't exactly trust them. Is anyone need to roll anything for your projects yet, or are we still going?
No, but I think every day I'm gonna force a different person to dance.
All right, just randomly, just unexpectedly.
Yeah, it's gonna be different parts of the day, so like nobody can, it's not like a do. It's 3 o'clock. It's time to dance.
You just
be like, it's just random. I'll just feel bored, and I just but it's always when I pull out the drum. That's when I pull out the drum and I start beating it, and I point to Arapel and I say, "Dance, robot, dance."
You just suddenly hear music and start dancing.
Robot.
Pop and lock.
Alright.
Finished the posting of necrotic resistance and started another one and paid the GP for that.
Alright, so just spend the resources you need.
No.
I'll throw my dice off the desk. Alright, so... when's the next project gonna finish? What day?
2 more days for mine.
The 18th? Or sorry, that would be the 17th, because we're at the beginning of the 16th.
The end of the 17th would be done.
Yeah. Alright, so... some more time passes. It is now the 17th at the end of the day. Oh, and just make sure you're spending the 1 gold each day. So 16th and 17th. And what did you just finish?
Carousing, but it was him trying to identify a servant that we can do the modify memory on to get the other servants out.
Alright, give me a persuasion check.
And I would not be able to use a bonus on that because it was a week-long thing.
You can't unless you can give yourself the bonus for all 8 hours of that day. So, like, if you had 8 casts of, like, what's it called? Then yes, you could.
7 casts of enhance ability and a channel divinity that lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah, so you're 50 minutes short, unfortunately.
Oh, I think enhance ability is an artificer spell. Let me check.
If Chomsky could give me 1 enhance ability per day, then I could do it.
Pretty sure enhance ability is an artificer spell. level 2, right?
Yeah.
Do you have enhance ability?
Wait a second. If I
I could
upcast,
reset it every morning.
hang on. If
So,
I upcast,
yeah.
does it last longer? Oh no, it's just an additional creature. Okay, so yeah.
Cool. So when you tell me that you want to use enhance ability, I will switch that over and use enhance ability
Yeah,
on
so
you.
if you wouldn't mind, yeah, doing that on me first thing each morning as my first cast, then I can keep it up on myself the rest of the day, each of those days.
Cool.
Yay.
Well, let me rearrange my spell.
What's that?
I said, let me rearrange my spells.
Alright, so go ahead and make a carousing check or persuasion check at advantage. Okay. So you are actually able to make 3 contacts within the house.
Nice. Okay. So I would have a good idea of the servant structure and who would be the best to approach that the others would listen to.
Yeah, but give me a D100 roll.
Might be able to.
Okay. So yeah, you think these 3 people are, you know, trustworthy friends of yours. You don't think any of them would rat you out.
Like, if they find out we are murdering their bosses, they're not like that level of trust, or-
Probably not that level, but
But if we
they could
gave them
probably
a-
help you accomplish things, I'll just say, within the house, as long as they don't know exactly what you're doing.
So if I sent them a note once we know the right day saying some reason that they should leave the house with all the servants that day before things go down, and offering them some I'll offer them some gold just to sweeten the whatever, you know. Do I think that they would follow
So I mean, it could be risky, depending on when they tell the other servants and what they tell them. But if you came up with a decent story, they could probably do it.
If I may interject, now I don't want to bring this back up, but we do have 3 servants that we can get to leave the house by themselves. I know, Glenn, you weren't a fan of it, but if there are only 8 people left, you know, we could go back to the teleport idea. Just saying. I'm not trying to, like, you know, stir the pot. I'm just saying, you know, we are at the exact number we coincidentally needed.
Teleport is reserved for us.
We can only
Yeah.
pop off 1
That's,
teleport?
that's our
Yeah.
escape.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can
it's a pretty high spell.
Yeah, it's-
What about something akin to like telling them there's a gas leak or something like?
I don't know if the house has gas pipes. Probably not.
All right, so we need an idea then. Like, if we have a convincing enough story, then this could work. We just have to come up with.
What would make
Well, we
them...
heard that there's gonna be an attack on the house, like a burglary, like a robbery, and they're kind of, you know, bloodthirsty murderers. They don't take any prisoners.
I mean, so the truth.
Raldo would say, but then why wouldn't they just tell their masters about it?
What if
If
it's
their
something
masters
that,
are dicks,
Their masters also pay them, he says.
Well, I would happily pay them as well, and I'm still curious if we can learn the answer to what is their annual salary.
Sure, I'll say, talking to them, they probably make about 2 gold a day. So, you know, not that much, but better than a lot of the workers, because they're above laborers who make considerably less. But yeah, they don't do terribly. They're like middle class basically. So they have their, you know, their needs met and they have some extra gold from the work.
Okay.
Why don't we ask? Why don't we just get them all hired out? Like when we get a different family to poach all of them.
Just throw enough money at them.
Yes.
I
How
mean-
about we have
Our
another
friends. Yeah.
another family is
Capitalism.
throwing some
Solves
big
everything.
soiree and wants to rent extra
That too.
servants for just the one day.
I was gonna say we just go to, like, who's the Deepak? He's the guy. Wait, who hates the
Yeah. Can
Yeah,
we
we
do
tell him,
that?
like, listen,
We could
we're
say that
gonna.
it's
We can just tell him, we're like, listen, man, we're gonna, we're cutting the Davalis out, but we need the servants cleaned out. Can you, like,
Throw
help,
a big party and hire extra servants for the day. It
or I was
worked
gonna
in-
say directly. I mean, it's gonna be a little. I mean, maybe for the day, but you probably would just. The response is, why don't you just hire someone else off the street? We just tell them like, we need you to, like, stick it to them and to basically, like, poach these servants.
Oh, like actually
Yeah.
poach them for good. I gotcha. Okay. And yeah, let's try that. And Arapel will happily contribute his wealth to making that a sweeter pot for.
So
Make
when
fun.
would you try to poach them? Like the day of, right now?
I would say
It can't be replacements.
the day before or something.
right.
Yeah.
Alright, so it'd be harder for him to find replacements, or maybe he'd have less servants there at that point. Sure. So you can use your contacts to set up a thing where... How much money are you offering them? Like, each?
I'm happy to give some money too.
Arapel would offer. There's 10 of them, you said?
11.
11. Oh, okay.
Can't we also get the
Oh, wait, is it 10?
the
I thought it was 11.
the guy who hates the fire giants to pitch in on this as well?
It's 11. 11 servants, 6 mercenaries, Davalis, on possibly a family member.
I would pay 50 gold each to the 11 servants.
Whew,
out of
alright.
Arapel's bucket
Well, you're pretty sure they'll go for that.
as a signing bonus for their new job, as long as our other guy would agree to take them on, more permanently after that.
Did
So...
you say family member could also get poached?
No, I was just reading off what it said on the
Oh, okay.
assassination thing. 11 servants, 6 mercenaries, Davalis, and a family member might be
Hey,
there.
at this point, we can pay everyone off. We just show up to the house and, like, the Vols guy's like, huh? Where's everyone?
Just throw money at them. Alright, so if you offer them 550, your 3 contacts will say, yeah, I think for sure we would be willing to leave the house on that day. You said that was the 22nd?
Is that the day before when we expect the heist?
Well, the thing is on the 22nd.
Oh.
So, yeah,
You
when
just gotta
would...
phrase it that, like, you gotta...
The offer
the,
expires if you're not out by, before.
No, then they're gonna leave early. No, you have to say, like, basically, Pitchak's is gonna throw a big a party. He wants to stick it to Davalis, and he needs you to leave that specific day.
Yep.
Yeah, it would probably have to be that day, otherwise he could just bring new servants.
Well,
It would have
it's
to be
gonna go
like
down
while
tonight,
they're
so
there.
As long as they're leaving that day, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Alright. So they... yeah, he says, I'll set it up. 22nd. We're leaving. Is there any specific time? You said at night you want us to leave?
No. Afternoon or evening.
Alright, we'll leave in the afternoon quietly. And you give them the 550, I assume, to set things...
Arapel broke again.
Alright.
I will gladly pay like 225.
I actually still have like 250, so I'm
Yeah,
not.
she had like 800. I was like...
Yeah.
Well, if you want, I can help pay for
Alright.
it because
Arapel's morals are expensive, but she's willing to pay for them.
okay.
It's
If
like
you want to pay the whole thing
you can
yourself,
buy
that's
like
fine.
a couple of houses with that much. Jeez. Alright, well anyway, so that is set, and time continues to pass. When's the next project gonna come up? Next project complete?
I mean, how long do I have to do? How many belt defenses am I doing here?
You do a check every 5 days. So when would your next 5-day period be?
I guess when did I restart defending my belt?
Probably the 13th if you weren't keeping track. So yeah, if you started a new project for pit fighting, it would have been on the 13th.
Okay. Maybe if we have 5 days, can I actually, you know what? Can I go develop a contact to talk about Froggy? The pit fight is boring to me. I'm like, I just felt useless. I wanted to go fight Froggy next.
You can, but getting contacts is a charisma-based project. So
Let's see how persuasive am I?
just keep that in mind.
You know what? I'll risk it for the biscuit.
All right, so
I can just keep flashing of genius.
you would. Well, no, you can't. You'd have to get Flash of Genius for 8 hours, which you can't do.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. You're right.
But so you would have to go for wealthy contacts for that. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So it'd be 250 gold pieces for that project. You could ask someone else to do it for you, but I don't know what everyone's working on.
Well, no, I don't want to ask anyone else. I thought like the defrost.
So.
I thought the defrost network could contribute in some capacity, but I don't want to ask anyone else. I mean, I'm perfectly, but like this is, this is a perfect investment, to come up with a way to challenge a worthy opponent.
We'll say you set that up, so go ahead and take off 250 from your gold. And that would have been on the 13th, so 13th, 14th. I think that would be 5 days today. 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Yeah, 17th. So give me a persuasion roll.
Do I use the inspiration I got from last turn? You know what? Yeah, I'm going to use
You can't use inspiration on this.
Damn it.
Downtime checks are very hard to get bonuses to unless you have someone helping you.
Chomsky.
Oh, Chomsky's doing his own thing. But he would have had to be doing it for all 5 days.
I mean, the enhanced ability. I mean, can I... Wait, Artificers learn enhanced ability. Can I just learn that spell? Or is that not allowed?
Can you cast that 8 times in one day?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Gnome would not be able to like follow you around enhancing abilities. Yeah, so you're just gonna have to.
Also. Yeah. If I can't cast that 8 times in a day, then you're right. Then.
Yeah, it would have to be 8 times a day.
All right.
If your project.
But you could roll really well.
Yeah, if your project wasn't simultaneous with mine and Chomsky's, then we might have been able to help. But
no, I was by myself. All right, YOLO.
YOLO. All right, with an 8. Oh no! Unfortunately, you were unable to make a new contact. So unfortunately, you spent the gold, but had no luck. We were yelling at the rich people, and they all got kind of freaked out and ran away.
Damn it! They don't want to deal with the defending heavyweight champion.
Yeah, that's more like a people's title. All the rich people turn up their nose like, oh, pit fighter, what a uncivilized thing. Didn't work out for you. All right. So Chomsky, you said in 2.5 days you'd be done, right? Yes. No.
I was muted.
Oh.
Yeah. At this point, you said we're on the 17th.
Yes.
I guess it would be half a day.
All right.
On the 17th.
Well, we're at the end of the day on the 17th.
Cool. So half of a day on the 18th, I would be done.
Okay. So 18th is passing, and you finish your project. 19th just passed.
Chomsky, do you mind if I take the remaining religious components out of?
Oh, it's all you. Yeah, please do.
The 20th just passed. It's the end of the day on the 20th. Remember to minus a gold piece each day for these.
Well, I started a scroll on the 18th after I finished my other project.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
The 21st just passed. Things are still quiet. And today you would get a message from Dugrin saying everything is ready for tomorrow's meeting, and he also sends you the coordinates of where you're going to meet.
Nice.
Yeah, and yeah, that's it. So the 22nd at 8 a.m. Did anyone?
22nd. Nice. Okay.
Now we are on the 22nd day of the meeting. Anyone else needed to make any rolls for your downtime stuff?
Slug's just learning smithing, so I'm not sure if anything can go wrong there. I mean, maybe she gets injured.
Burned a little bit.
She gets a little singed.
All right. So yeah, the meeting is for the afternoon. Luckily, it did coincide with when Arapel told the servants to GTFO.
Nice.
Are you ready to go, or is there anything else you want to do before heading to the meeting?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
All right. So, you go to the part of the city, again using the tunnels, where you're going to meet these people. Luckily, it's been a bit since your attacks on the fire giants, so things seem to have cooled down a bit. You don't take chances or anything, but yeah, you're guessing that not as many people are looking for you now. So you head to the house. When you get there, there are several guards at the door. And you, I assume you aren't taking your weapons because they're being snuck in, right?
Yeah.
Arapel's weapons are inside him.
You mean like in your
In the compartment.
compartment? Let me check something then.
I mean, I guess I would take his shield off and put that away too. He normally carries his shield, but that would look strange for a item merchant, huh?
Yeah, and this is a new part of the city, so let me reveal it. Oh, there's the party token.
Oh, was Hoenn wearing one of our permanent goggles?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. We'll have another chance, hopefully. Arapel has literally been writing scrolls for pretty much, like, that whole carousing thing he just did was the first time this party has ever done downtime that he wasn't scribing a scroll. Like, I have a really nice backup collection of Smite scrolls and Crusader's Manual and Hypnotic Pattern and Revivify. If we are ever in combat and I'm out of spell slots, I'm prepared.
I mean, I know you.
One last
I have
session,
one of
didn't
your
I?
Revivify rolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Although we are also out of religious components at this point, so I've used all of them from my inventory and the party inventory. There's 25 left.
Alright, so you're keeping your weapons in your back thing, right? That's your plan?
Yeah, I mean, it's a chest compartment, but, like, should we put, I mean, I guess we could have discussed this in advance, but guys, like, should I take everyone's weapons inside me? I mean, it's going to be an action to get them out, so I don't know if it's helpful or not.
Well, the Deep Frost, we're gonna smuggle your weapons in through the kitchen, like it said on the thing. I mean, if you want to tell them not to. That's
I don't-
fine.
That seems sick.
Yeah, I need a snack.
Yeah, if that's easier, let's go with that. Yeah, but Arapel generally carries his weapons around inside him when we're not in combat or expecting combat.
Yeah, so the only issue with that is, like they told you, you're going to have to figure out a reason to either have one of you or all of you go to the kitchen, because it would be kind of weird for you to request something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's I
Chomsky's
guess.
a master chef.
Oh, one other thing, Arapel, which I forgot about this. One of your contacts from the house says that one of their people would not take the deal. So one of their people is going to stay behind and will be in the house.
Who he was and what his role is.
He was one of the kitchen staff. He said he wasn't interested in taking the deal. And
And do I have a name or description? I mean, you don't have to give me a name, but did Arapel get a name from his contact that was saying he had?
Yeah, sure. So
Promote it and take the. Okay, so then
Yeah.
I would tell the rest of the group that when we collect our weapons, that might be an opportunity to incapacitate this dude or something.
and just
What's
to
his
remind
sentence,
you,
I can modify memories on him, right?
Banish him.
just
Yeah,
to remind you all, in
right
case you
there.
want to take one more read of the thing here, just so you know what's going on, because it has been a week since you read it.
I don't even know if I read it. Where is it? The Davalos assassination. Okay.
Yeah, I just linked it.
I think I missed it last week.
Because it also talks about where the weapons are going to be, yada yada.
Oh, okay, that's why he's still in the kitchen. God, okay, okay, never mind. The guys, I'm looking at the paper. Like, guys, the reason he didn't take the money is because he's in on this.
Yeah, that's what you'd guess. That he is
That's like,
their
unless
contact.
he's
They're
like
probably
a
paying him
chef.
way more than you are.
Oh, he's part of the.
That's how they got the weapons
of the
inside.
Frost
Yeah.
Network?
Yes.
Well, you don't think he's part of it because they're telling you he has to die too, but he's probably being paid a lot of money to get those weapons in.
I
Oh,
see.
he does have to die too?
That's what it says. Kill Nedrick and everyone else, including our contact.
Oh.
Low.
We can modify memories on one person,
I
right?
think that I would really appreciate it if Glenn, if you wouldn't mind modifying his memory so that we can get this job done the way that we need to get it done and still have no iffy actions on our conscience.
Raw, they'll be like, consider it payment for making me dance. He gives you a dirty look.
How
Yeah, but
dare
let's incapacitate
You
this
jerk.
dude, modify his memory, whatever, and then do our thing.
Uh,
And one makes it far easier that we don't have to worry about the other civilians, you know?
are you still there, Glenn? He like muted or something? Did we lose Glenn?
It's 10, probably snack run time.
He's going to the bathroom. All right. So yeah, just you, like I said, you might want to do a quick read over the notes there. Yeah, I'm glad someone noticed that.
Alright,
But,
contact me in the kitchen going red, like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's like some sort of like, like loyal chef. He's like,
He's
he has
a-
like a generation of
He's
chefs.
he's a communist. He doesn't believe in gold. He works for the people. No, he's just a spy.
It's like, okay.
Like I said,
Thank you for
they're
pointing out
just... Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out, Lou.
Yeah, I thought I should link it because I mean it's been a week since you guys read it, but you guys would have this information, so
Yeah, no,
like
that,
you
that
would
makes,
you
that
would
makes
know it.
complete sense.
Guys, I do want to point out, it says, we believe there are 11 servants, 6 mercenaries, Davalos himself, and a family member.
Well, didn't you? But you asked. You basically double checked to clear out everyone, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming, Lou, that nothing from my 3 contacts...
Well,
necessarily-
did you ask the contacts about the about that location? I assumed you hadn't because you were trying to be like.
No, I mean, I wouldn't have wanted to raise suspicion. I was...
If you want to do a deception, I'll let you.
He's... No, Arapel's not capable
Okay.
of deception.
Yeah, you could be like sneaky and try to be like, so that second
No,
location.
Arapel doesn't understand Deception.
All right, so yeah, then you wouldn't know much about what goes on at that place or what it's all about. But
Yeah,
yeah.
his goal was making those servants safe, so that's what he focused on. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, then you would just know about what the network believes. And actually, since Glenn is AFK, do we want to take a break here? Give him some time to come back. We're about halfway through anyway.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
sure.
Halfway through, yeah.
Lots of
Back also.
moral arguments this game. It's my favorite type.
Is it?
Is it?
I love it. I love
There's no
debating
winner.
morals.
I never took a debate class, so
Oh, it's not about the
Yeah.
debate. It's just like it's interesting how people
Isn't this
justify
group-
what's good and bad.
Isn't this the group where we left the troll babies alive, right? That's this group, right?
No, I don't
all
think so.
babies.
Remember
even
the,
think-
the troll children.
You're
We made a friend with
thinking
a troll.
you're
and-
thinking of the Monday group, and no,
We murdered them.
yeah, the Monday group murdered them. I don't think this group encountered them
I think
I've
it's
never
this
met a troll
group.
baby.
Yeah, like we cleared
in
out
the
troll
in the
cave.
meatloaf lair.
Yeah, we cleared out the troll cave for the frost giants, and at the very back we found some juvenile trolls.
I think you're
No,
thinking
you know
of
what?
Monday.
No,
That's
I-
Monday.
No, it was the original Tuesday group.
Oh well, yeah. If you're talking about the ones who spared, then yes, that was.
Yeah, we had a whole moral debate about their kids.
Should we
but
leave
they're
these
even
troll
trolls.
babies
They're
alive?
kids.
Yeah.
Maybe we accidentally spared them in this game. We just didn't explore enough.
Yeah, all right. I was thinking it was this game because I know in the Monday group.
Yeah,
we're
this
all
game didn't
trolls.
explore the area they were in, so
Yeah,
you
the
guys
Monday
missed them.
group is not morally conflicted.
No, they just murdered them. Like trolls. Pfft. Stab, stab, stab.
Yeah, Arapel is an anomaly. He's ultra very.
I don't know. I'm probably... Or go ahead, sorry. I'm probably weird, though, that I enjoy, like, moral arguments and people's, like, ways they think of what's good and evil. So,
It's
I think
interesting
that's
as long as I'm not like a part of it.
it's interesting to me.
Okay.
If I'm watching from a distance, it's fine. Otherwise, I just like get the nervous sweats. So,
You or your character?
oh me.
Oh, you. Alright.
Yeah, I don't do so well in conflict.
Yeah, that's fair. Uslag just
I
like,
wanna make
murder.
everyone happy. I don't know how to do that when people are arguing.
Well, people can argue and still be happy. I mean, people have to come to consensus. It's probably better to come to a consensus than just, like, have some people pretend they're fine with stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, I've been trying to play it where Arapel kind of gives his vote or states his mind or says, you know, like, yeah, I don't necessarily feel like we should be doing this. This is a distraction, whatever. But then, you know, he goes along with the party consensus on things that don't completely contradict his entire, like,
But,
life tenets, you know?
yeah. How old are you, Carly?
Do I have to answer?
Oh, no, sorry. No, never mind. You don't have to tell me. I was just curious, because I know when I was younger, I used to be, like, weird about arguing as well. So I was just curious.
No,
Don't
it's
answer.
a lifetime thing. I don't think I'll ever get over that.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you know.
Yeah, I was just curious, but yeah, these days I'm less I enjoy arguing, but it definitely isn't as like weird and awkward as it used to be for me. Like when people argued, I used to be very uncomfortable,
Yeah, well, I think arguing
especially friends.
versus, like, a debating or, you know, there's levels.
I love
Yeah.
a good debate.
No, I mean arguing. Like when my friends argued, I get very uncomfortable, and I want them to not argue with each other.
During COVID, I'd hop on with my friends and we would literally create brackets where we debate different topics. Like, for example, like, you know, who, like, we literally create like a tournament bracket, and, like, you know, who's gonna survive the zombie apocalypse, and then we, like, debate, like, very passionately why we would be the one, or like we love to debate. It was just fun.
No, I mean debating and arguing can be two different things, right?
Yeah,
I
but
mean, at that point,
oftentimes
it turned into an argument.
it turns into arguing.
It turned into an
Debate almost feels more like sport than actual. I mean, like, it is kind of an argument, but also, like, there's more tactics to it than just, like, arguing. But, yeah, I guess it depends why you're arguing, too. Well, my power hasn't gone out yet, so that's good.
It's good. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Sorry, Carly, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
Oh,
I
no, it's
didn't
okay.
even think that you might not want to answer that.
It's fine. I'm not old.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah. I figured you weren't, but it is kind of a weird question to ask, so I get it.
yeah, it's fine. All right, I will be right back.
I see the meme stream is alive and well.
Oh yeah, no, that's a classic always. That's always a classic.
Hey, Glenn, are you back yet? Wonder if he fell asleep.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there he is. Got tired of listening to us argue about morals.
I went and killed the servants myself.
I think we were arguing about whether an argument is a debate.
Well, that
There's a
was
difference between
yeah, that was our
argument
last
and
argument.
That's good banner. That's part of it.
debate. I mean, I wasn't a part of it, but yeah, I was listening.
Yeah, it's fairly typical D&D stuff to just talk about everything but the game. I take it as a compliment that you guys don't like derail the games more than my old group did. You don't even get Monty Python quotes or anything.
Luke, any chance you play Dark and Darker at all?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Damn.
Right now I'm playing Darktide and Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, okay. Looking for people to, get their ass kicked and lose their shit with me.
What type of game is it?
It's basically. Do you know Escape from Tarkov?
Escape from what?
Tarkov?
Oh, that sounds
Like-
really familiar.
Like what type of game it is, at least?
I've heard of that game. I don't think I played it.
It's basically like a D&D version of that. Like you pick a class, like you make a character, you pick a class.
Oh, is this a tabletop game?
No, it's a basically it's a first-person like melee FPS.
Oh, okay.
Like so, because Tarkov's like an FPS shooter, but it's kind of like that, but it's mostly melee. I mean, there's ranger and wizard and warlock and stuff. So there's some range, but you basically go into the dungeon, and you kill mobs, and you loot them and you loot treasure. But there's also a certain amount of players in the dungeon, and it's kind of like a battle royale where there's a circle that slowly gets smaller, and you can fight the other players. And if you kill the player, you get to take all the stuff that they have on them. And then there's escape portals that you got to go through to like get out of the dungeon and take your loot with you. And if you make it out, you've got a stash where you can store all your loot. You've got merchants, so you can sell stuff, get coin, and buy other stuff. And that way, you can have a higher chance of success because you can go into the dungeon with better gear. But if you die, you lose everything that you take with you, at least. But you've got a stash. You can kind of like build up your bank, so you can kind of go in with better stuff. But this one, it's real hard. You die a lot to kind of learn how to I still die a lot. I've been playing for a while.
That sounds
It's
fun.
fun to it's fun to go in, kill other players and take their stuff.
Hey guys.
Personally, it's not as fun when you die and get all your stuff. Leave it though.
Yeah, makes sense. Did you say
Right, you wanna
something,
say
Miriam?
something?
Sorry, I was finishing reading the thing, and then I was looking at the inventory, like, while you guys were talking about your game, and then I, like, had a thought, and then I realized, like, you guys are still talking about your game. I was totally being rude just there. But my brain was just kind of, like, on a different path. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
I was just gonna say, do we need to be taking some items in with us, like, for this show that we're there to trade?
Well, no, we decided you guys are just going in to discuss the revolution.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So they're not going to expect you to have anything on you,
All right.
because you will probably be searched. I mean, every place you've gone so far, they've searched you and used magic to see if you're hiding anything.
And aren't we getting weapons?
Yeah, someone.
Figure out how to get to the kitchen.
Yeah, they have a contact in the kitchen who's supposed to sneak your weapons in. So you have to either the whole party has to go there, which would probably be suspicious, or at least one person has to go there.
If they have a contact in the kitchen, is it one of the servants?
It is.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
then
the one that refused to leave.
Okay, I don't think Glenn was here for that. Yeah, everyone
Oh,
left
okay.
except the one servant who was like refusing to leave. They're like, huh, well that's
Oh.
strange, And then Lou was like, why don't you guys look at the thing again? And we're like, oh.
Oh,
You're right. So yeah, that is their contact, but we technically also have to get rid of him.
Someone in the kitchen dressed in red technically works for this Frost Network, or at least took this job and was paid by the Frost Network to take this job, and probably doesn't know that Deep Frost? That the Deep Frost have, included his hit in this whole job.
Yeah, it's
So
unlikely he
Airport
knows
requested
that.
you modify his memories.
Alright.
All right,
I would prefer if we knock him out, modify his memory, whatever, and then do our job and get out. If that's acceptable to you, since we've managed to take care of all the rest of the servants.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds fine.
I appreciate it.
Modifies memory should be something. And also that he thinks that Glenn is super cute. I think I'm gonna add that on to every time I modify somebody's memory. Like,
Random
Like-
adoring.
I don't know why I'm attracted to you, but
they've never I just got this memory that this guy, and I've never met
Suddenly
somebody
we start to
so-
acquire groupies following us around.
I mean, that was the
adoring
camp idea that Lou was talking about, I think. So
I mean, he does work in the kitchen. Maybe he can come work in our camp.
No, I should be spending my downtime doing this. I should be like trying to kidnap one person a day and modify their memory
So
to
dark.
build like an entourage.
that would be a
Sure,
nice
Glenn's
cover.
not like a fake creature in disguise. Like,
Honestly, like memory modification, like is kind of one of the like if you think about like living in a high magic world or living in a fantasy world or what have you. Like, I mean, there's obviously all kinds of crazy things that like would be terrifying, but the fact that like someone could like modify your memory and make you adore someone you used to hate or whatever, like I mean, like that's kind of terrifying.
mhm.
Oh yeah, it's like Eldritch horror type stuff. Is Glenn multi-classed?
No, straight lord.
Okay. I know the only other person I saw in this game with modified memory was Remy.
Oh, I'm sure he did some damage with that. I don't remember him using it, but I could see him being
Right,
pretty.
yeah. Can't remember anything.
of course you
specific.
wouldn't remember him using it because he used it against you.
It's true.
Oh, yeah,
He used it against all of us.
Probably.
So true. All right, we ready to go?
He would have if he'd had the opportunity. And it suited his interests.
All right. Well,
All right, let's do the thing.
let's do the thing. So you head over to the house. Are you bringing any of your supplies with you? Like any items or potions or gold or anything?
I would bring.
They would let us bring our
yeah,
potions. That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not planning on clearing out my compartment. Based on the fact that we've entered some other places in the past and been searched, and Arapel walked through with his weapons inside him. Like, do I think that this could be an issue?
Wait. No, let's finish
Yeah, like
that question. I
anything-
have something else.
Well, they haven't searched your compartment before.
Right. I mean, it's not like easy to find, you know.
Well, do you want to bring your weapons then, or are you going to let them be smuggled in?
I was gonna say, like, if they're in the kitchen, why don't we just have someone invisible the entire, like Uslag, who's probably good at stealth.
Well, you do remember that the houses, yeah, the houses that you visited in the past had a bunch of,
Really helpful.
yeah,
Invisibility wards and stuff.
yeah.
I
Never
think
mind.
that honestly, I think Chomsky, you should take your bag of holding, even if it has been emptied, even if we've left some stuff behind in our base. So they might search it, but then you, as a chef and a cooking aficionado, might have the best excuse to go to the kitchen, and then you can fill up your bag that's already been searched with our weapons and come back with them. Maybe just throwing out ideas.
How quickly would we be able to get them out of the?
I mean, he can turn it
Okay.
upside down, and then everyone
Oh.
just has to spend an item interaction to pick it up. It's. I'm not saying it's the best idea. It's an idea I am throwing out.
It works.
Are you bringing Carl with you?
I was gonna ask the party. I mean, it's kind of like a Ratatouille situation where Carl's the real chef and he's just pulling my hair.
I mean, if we are known throughout the city as a group that includes a mechanical alpaca, then I would say why not?
Okay.
Cool.
This is very true.
Yeah, I mean,
It's possible that at the door they're gonna be like livestock goes to the stable or something, but like he's
Yeah.
obviously not normal livestock.
he doesn't really look like a steel defender. He doesn't look like a weapon as he is.
Yeah.
Looks like an alpaca.
Yeah.
Alright.
And I'm short. I got short legs.
Yeah, Malin looks a lot more
Oh, moving.
dangerous than Carl. And Uslag for that matter. Yeah.
All right. And sorry, one more time, Arapel. You were or weren't hiding your weapons in your compartment?
I mean, unless the party thinks that I should include them with the rest of the weapons that we are apparently handing off to the Deep Frost Network to smuggle for us, I feel weird about us being parted from all our shit. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like,
Right.
Arapel, that's just, it's second nature. When he is in camp or traveling, his weapons are inside him. So I think that's
These
what
are
I go
Glenn's
with.
people. Glenn, can we trust them to give us our weapons, or are we set up for a trap?
I mean, for the well, my people, but they're. I mean, if they say that we'll have weapons for us in the summertime, I would trust them. But
I mean, we're doing a job for them that they need done. So I imagine they're not
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah, I mean, you've already helped them with the Blackstone stuff.
Yeah. It's just that some of our primary weapons are very valuable items. So. But no,
we can
okay,
keep
so-
our things like our rings and stuff on, right? Our
Yeah, yeah.
rings.
They're just, they would just, I mean, they would tell you, like, they're not going to let you in with your weapons on you, so that's why they're smuggling them in.
Yeah, I would say, Lou, that I would probably have my sensor and my shield inside of me.
Okay.
And it's less strategic and deceptive and more just how Arapel operates. It's normal habit.
Alright. So. You okay, Glenn?
Someone snoring.
I
thought he was blowing his nose.
I put your talking list up. So,
Alright, so you head through the tunnels going to the Davalis household. You are met by 2 guards at the door. This is a smaller house, probably someplace where he meets to do business. But the guards at the door would stop you and say, what is this metal creature? And they point to Carl.
This is our companion.
He's animatronic assistant of mine.
It must wait
He
outside.
helps me. He helps me walk. I got short legs, and I'm old.
He's your service robot.
So
I
he.
do have his license and everything here. I think it's illegal to not let a service pet in.
This is. Give me a persuasion check, DC 25.
Wow.
You can't make that.
He says, "It waits outside. It is not needed inside for the discussion."
Okay.
Alright, so Carl kind of just stands off to the side, giving you a sad look. As
A
you.
little pile of nuts and bolts to graze on.
Yeah. So they kind of search you as you come in. Obviously not finding anything because you don't have anything on you. And you are led up a stairwell to the house proper.
What is under that dude's hood? Is that a hood?
It's like a weird metal helmet thing.
Okay.
So they lead you in here, up the stairs, and they say, "Follow us." Kind of leading you down the hallway here. Sorry, I'm getting some lag. Motioning for you to enter the door. Up here. You should all see yourselves on the map now. So I assume you all go where Chomsky is?
Yeah. I would whisper to Glenn. Glenn, where's the kitchen? I want to start cooking.
I don't know. Hey, buddy, where's the kitchen?
The deep dwarf looks at you and says, "It is down the hall. Food is being prepared. We've had a shortage on servants, though, and only one is here to serve us today."
I assumed I would be the one preparing food, as I'm quite the chef.
No, you are in discussions with the House Lord. Also, the rest of you need to move up there. I assume you're all going up there.
Can I have a left sprocket outside?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
I just want him to watch for anyone that leaves the house without our knowing, in case there's someone, that...
Which way did they say the kitchen was? To the north? South?
Well, hang on. Where? Because a bunch of you are not moving. So are you all there,
I didn't know
or?
which way to go.
Oh, okay, I was
no.
waiting to
Looks like
see
north.
where, which direction we were deciding on. Okay.
They moved north.
Okay.
Yeah, you basically came up the stairs and went north, and I'll move Boulder Bottom up there as well. So he said, yeah, the kitchen is north around the corner, but you are to go in this room. The master is waiting for you.
All right. Are
if you need help with the cooking, though, like this guy he is pretty good with this, like the food. I mean,
It's not help. I thought I would be the one cooking.
Why would
honest, yeah,
Why would you be cooking? You are here to talk to our master. We have
Oh, no,
people to
these
cook.
These
didn't you
other
just say you
ones-
didn't have anyone to cook?
Well, we
These
have
other
less.
people here are the ones who are here to talk to the master. I'm just the party cook.
While all of this is going down, they're kind of talking and arguing, making a scene. Glenn is going to pull out his lute. Oh, lovely food. And he's going to start singing a song about food.
She said someone has a dietary restriction.
But behind those words of song are laced with magic. As he attempts to cast Modify Memory on this person.
On which one?
The dwarf that's leading them. There's just one person. Oh, there's two?
There's two, yeah. There's two guards.
Never mind. I'm still playing a song about music, about food.
About
Say
food.
that, like this guy, like just say that he has like a food restriction. Like he just needs to like, all right, fine. He doesn't have to cook, but he has to make sure that the food is that he's not gonna get a stomach.
You know, so my friends, my apologies. My friend Chomsky here. He has very specific dietary restrictions. He kind of just shrugs and he rolls his eyes. He's on keto.
He says, I don't care what he's on. You don't use our kitchen. That doesn't make any sense. You're here to talk to our master. What is this foolishness? And he seems like he's getting annoyed.
You just observe it, and then observe it. And he'll be right back.
They would motion, go through the door. Our master is waiting for you.
Okay, if you want Chomsky to go, throw up all over your master, we're not gonna be the ones. We did warn you guys.
Well, then tell him not to eat. This is the most ridiculous. Of course you can't just walk around our house without supervision. Get in the goddamn room! And he kind of puts his hand on his weapon.
Supervise me. Do you not want the best food you've ever
No!
eaten?
Get in
Do
there!
you not want that?
Give me a deception. Say DC is 15.
I hope you were talking to Glenn.
No, I was talking to you.
Ah,
I figured it was not.
I mean, you know that this is a really ridiculous thing to be asking them.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this.
Sure.
Yeah, that didn't work. And even with a flash, that's not gonna work.
Oh no, you didn't choose your inspiration. You have one more.
Yeah, you get to roll twice. Although this is so they don't get mad at you. There's no way they're just gonna let you wander the house. Like, you couldn't, there's no deception check high enough to let you do that.
I mean, they can escort me.
Well, is that what you're asking, for them to escort you to the kitchen?
He would like a tour.
Yeah. Show me the facilities.
He says, ask the master. If the master is okay with it, we shall let you see the facilities. But,
He heard about your state-of-the-art pizza oven.
oh, you heard about that? Alright, so he opens the door and directs you inside, where you see several individuals just kind of waiting there. One of them gets up and steps forward. Says, you must be the Splitlanders that I've heard so much about. He says, my greetings to you. Welcome to my home. I am Nedrick Davalis. And he kind of motions for you to come in.
Pleasure to meet you, Hendrik.
He says, have a seat.
Thank you.
Oh, my apologies. And what did you say your name is?
My name is Glenn, and this is These are my companions. I'll allow them to introduce themselves.
If they're like, when he says have a seat, are we like sitting at a table and he's over on the other side of the room, or how's that?
So there are a couple of tables in here. You think this might be his desk over here. But yeah, there's like basically table and seat here, tables and seats here. And you would see several other individuals in here, which I will...
Lots of little tags on them. Oh, he looks pleasant.
Oh yay, my masters.
There's two of those guys that look sort of magical in nature with their robes. And this guy, you fought all these types before. You're not sure what Davalis himself is. You're assuming he has some kind of military training. The other thing that seems odd is that what you thought was a chandelier is actually might be something else. There's like a greenish flame that's in a chandelier kind of hovering above the room. And you would notice kind of green specks of light all over the area that look like they're coming from the light source in the chandelier. And also, did the last two people come in? I still see two people out in the hallway.
Keep forgetting that we have that we're because I'm like looking at all these characters and stuff. All right.
Oh, that's fine.
We're actually supposed to be moving our characters.
Yeah, at least for now. So as you come in, and I guess I'll move Boulder Bottom in.
We're getting jumped. I was out of character. I'm saying this.
These guys kind of walk in behind you and just shut the door.
Is there a roll we can make to see if any of us know what the green stuff might be? Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah, sure. Give me an Arcana check. What's the DC on this? Yeah, you would definitely have to be trained for this, but let me see if I can figure out what the DC on this is. DC 18.
Nice.
So two of us might have some knowledge of what it is.
So you think... Hang on, I'll just share it. You think it is a magical effect that is engulfing this whole room. And actually, as you guys enter, Malin, don't you have something that's adjusting your stats that's magical?
Yes.
So
Yes, I do.
that would not be functioning in here. And you would like physically feel yourself get weaker as you enter the area because of that.
Okay, so since I was the second one, and I'm gonna stop at the door, like, huh? I feel weird, guys. What?
Like as you walk in.
Yeah, right. I mean, because if if my strength is getting sapped like a bazillion times, I'm gonna I'm like, I was the second one. To be fair, through.
At this point, like, I kind of assume everyone had walked in. If you wanted to stop there, that's fine, but I think everyone else would be inside.
I think actually a lot of us, though, would feel like some sort of effect or drain or loss.
Yeah.
Walking in.
Items.
Yeah, so I'm sure that we might have kind of...
Well,
yeah, so in fairness, we were going like a giant train.
Things like protection rings and stuff you wouldn't necessarily feel unless you were in combat, but something that affects your ability scores you definitely notice.
Well, doesn't Arabelle also have a belt?
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, you would feel that as well.
And don't we have people with the headband of intelligence?
I don't know about that. Does anyone have a headband? Yeah, I don't think anyone has a headband in this
That'd be
group.
hilarious. All of a sudden, he's like, "What the
Bleh.
all of a sudden."
You just go down to 8. That was your dump stat.
It would be really funny if it was like our face, like also like somehow like I don't know.
My brain no work so good.
Oh.
Well, even an 8 intelligence isn't terrible, but it's getting close to terrible.
But I assume that
that also means, like, if you have, like, for example, Arapel's wearing plate armor +1. Is it just plate armor now?
Yeah, it would just be plate armor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, so, and, like, my sensor is, what, a flail or whatever?
Yeah, but you don't have your sensor on you, right?
Well, oh, that's true. What happens with, like, if you have a magical container, can you not retrieve anything from
Yeah,
it?
you just can't use it.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, so sorry, back to what he was saying. So Nedrick would kind of invite you all to sit down and say, I'm glad you all could make it. I've been eager to speak with your group. I've heard a lot of promising things about you. And he kind of offers for all of you to have a seat. Now, these guys all seem to be armed, but you're guessing that the magic field is affecting them as well, as magic fields can't be altered to allow some magic and not others. But these guys all are armed. So he would look to Glenn and say, forgive me, are you the leader of this mercenary troop?
Well, I don't think we would consider myself the leader per se, but I am definitely the most well-known and famous, having been the face of the group ever since we arrived in here with my rock concerts that you may have heard about.
He says, I have. That was quite the show. From what I heard, it was also a bit of a slaughter to those unfortunate enough to have attended it. But it's certainly... Or go ahead.
It was unfortunate. I set out to spread the joy of music and play in the magnificent hall of this place that I had heard stories about, and I knew that the fire giants would not take too kindly to it, but I did not think that they would be willing to slaughter their your people just for holding a music festival.
As well, the giants certainly have their ways that can sometimes feel a little bit restrictive against myself and my people. Speaking of which, I've heard rumors that you and your group is pushing to start some sort of revolution within the city.
Well, yes, I mean, after talking with several members of different noble families, I mean, it's after I witnessed just how the fire giants treated your kind, especially after the massacre that was the concert. It just seems that they're ruling you and treating you like this because they have the power to do so. And I understand that well, and so we're of a mind to disrupt that power and give you all the power to rule yourselves back.
Give me a persuasion check, DC 15. Alright. So he says, he kind of scratches his chin a little and says, well, as I said, I can't deny that the fire giants can be a bit brutal in their tactics and very unforgiving of those who stand against them. So this revolution of yours, which families have already agreed to be part of it? Just out of curiosity, how many allies would we have?
Who are the magic guys? I forgot. There was like I forgot the families. Pitchfires, Deepax, and
So the ones. Well, there's only actually one for sure. The one who you first talked to when you came in, that was Kesbin. And you're currently deciding whether you wanted the deep axe or the pitchfire.
Oh, we didn't even talk to the pitchfire. We should throw them under the bus.
Yeah, you haven't spoken to the pitchfire yet. You've spoken to the deep axe, and the deep axe said they're on board as long as you do throw the pitchfire under the bus.
This is perfect, actually.
And the deep axe also recommended that the Dvalis might not be trustworthy because of their connection to the giants. But yeah, go ahead.
Kill 2 houses.
Probably. But yeah, so what are you gonna say when he asks which families have agreed to this already? And actually, give me a insight, active insight check here.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anyone can roll this. Anyone who's in here. The DC is 18.
Oh, I got +5 on that.
Somebody.
Oh my god.
Hey, all of you.
You can reroll with a story point.
Well, can I... Wait. How much was the DC?
18.
Oh, but you can't... Okay, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't like Flash of Genius.
I don't think you'd have enough to get up with a 9.
Yeah.
2 Flash of Geniuses, though.
Alright. So, So, yeah, what do you tell him if he asks
Wait,
that?
Flash of Genius gives 5, right?
Yes.
That would...
I could.
It would make me succeed.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, you gonna flash a genius someone?
Yeah, sure. I Flash of Genius Clan.
Alright,
Give
so...
me 18.
Chomsky quickly hits you with... What do you do to flash a genius? What would that look like? Because I assume you're trying to hide it. You're gonna poke him in the side, that's gonna give him a flash of genius?
Yeah. Think harder, youngling.
Sure, alright. So you get the feeling that Nedrick might be trying to weed out who the traitors are when he asks you this.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Okay. Well, I'll be honest. Before I tell you, I'm gonna be upfront. The families have expressed concern over your loyalty to your own people.
Give me a persuasion, DC 20. He says, why, how dare they question my loyalties? And it looks like he was like maybe gonna say something, like got a little angry at you, but he didn't say anything. He says, I am of course loyal to my family and the dwarves that serve us. He says, while I do support the fire giants, it's because of the power they offer our people. He says, I would not just blindly give our people to death just because the fire giants wanted it. He says they're a useful ally.
Aren't you tired of being told what you can and can't do, and being made to live in fear? I mean, you're essentially slaves. They have the right to kill you for any reason they deem fit.
He says, you are a surface dweller, are you not?
Enons, I am. And yet I am here, wanting to make change and in the right direction, because I see all manner of people being oppressed. I see as a bad thing, whether it be underground or topside. It's something I've always rallied against.
He says, yeah, your people, the Empire of Terubia, I assume, or are you of the Nazic Empire?
Teruvia.
He says, I do have a little bit more respect for the Nazic, no offense, but we're all slaves to to power, whether it be gold or warlords. We all follow our codes and our masters. If you had grown up in the deep, you would have seen that without power, the weak are culled or put to work for those with power. The giants are a form of that power, and if we give it up, we would just fall victim to the next power source that came against us.
Then, but your kind is strong. You have built great things, crafted great things, but your strength is uniting as one. But you, unfortunately, squabble over old feuds and things best left in the past. If you were all to unite as one, you would be stronger than the fire giants ever were.
Give me another persuasion, DC 25. He would nod and he says, this is true. Our people have done great things and we are strong. We've enslaved many of the weaker races in the deep, as well as enslaved some of our own who did not prove to be strong. But we are stronger with the giants as allies. While they can be a nuisance, as I said, they bring us more good than they do harm to us. And the noble houses are protected. Now that said, if you can offer a better way, I'm listening. That's why I brought you here. Give me an insight check at this point. DC 16. You get the feeling you are persuading him a little, but you still don't think he's all there yet. You still think he is trying to get information out of you. And he would ask again, but if we are to move together, I need to know what sort of numbers you have and what families are following you.
He nods, and I understand, and I can make assurances of that with you when I'm sure that where your loyalties lie. But I understand your position more than you think. I mean, is it safe to assume that rebellions have been tried in the past?
This is mostly by the lower class. The nobility of Rowan's, or is it Rowan? Roic? The nobility of Roic halls are well protected by the giants. We know not to bite the hands that feed us, but those under us, the lesser station, have tried things and formed groups, and there are even networks from our own empires down below that would act against us. They have probably been the most successful in their disruptions, but so far, Roic's Hall has held steady against all enemies. Although your presence has certainly shaken things up, especially for the lower class.
And when those rebellions have failed, the fire giants have dealt with them grievously, haven't they?
They're quick to kill any they see as an enemy, yes.
A quick question.
Yeah.
Is it your... No, I'm to I forgot his name, but...
Oh, Nedrick?
Nedrick. Is it specifically that the power you're fearful of rebelling against the fire giants, and because you don't think strong enough, or is it because you need a suitable replacement specifically, or a suitable arrangement afterwards?
As well, we as the nobility don't have much to, or as much to worry about from the giants. They know not to attack us directly as long as we remain loyal to them.
Right. But you said the power is what obviously that's the gift to you guys, but you're also obviously because of the litany of failures of previous disruptions, that would make you wary, correct?
He says it can be a little frustrating dealing with the giants sometimes, if that's what you're asking.
Well, no, specifically, like, you're wary that you would, like, if I rebel against the giants, they're so powerful, how could you possibly pull off such a stunt?
He says, well, and just not sure if exactly what we have to gain from it.
Okay, so specifically, you would need, this is your more, it's about the arrangements afterwards that concern you, not specifically,
He says, this is why I wish to talk to you and your group, as you do seem powerful. If you are able to pull this off, and if you do have other families on board, I'd be curious to know more about your plans and what we have to look forward to.
Now, right now, Rorqual is divided amongst 4 noble families.
I'm gonna let out a chuckle and say, pitch fires were easier. I mean, yeah, we're working on it. You can shoot me a stern glance, Glenn.
He sighs and so it's divided amongst 4 families, and I understand the hesitation because you've seen what the fire giants do to people who rebel. And like he said, there's a lot of variables with change that you can't control sometimes. And right now, the status quo may not be the best thing in the world, but it's safe and it's sound and it's somewhat predictable. But I've come to have a great deal of respect for your people in the short time I've been here, seeing what they're capable of, that even after generations of being abused and beaten down by fire giants, I still see fire burning in the eyes of each and one of you to a certain degree, some more than others. What if I were to tell you that you don't think you need to make sure that there's something to gain from all of this? What if I were to say that should you support this insurrection and we succeed, those 4 noble houses go down to 3, and we would be willing to let your family absorb the family that's not going to make it, shall we say, so that your own power would be raised considerably.
And which family would that be?
It's the is it the deep bottoms we're trying to?
Well, you haven't just because there was a decision you needed to make between the deep axe and the pitchfire. Remember, you have the Kesben on board already.
Okay.
You're not sure who this house is allied with, so you might want to be careful about what you say here.
Okay. Well,
you're guessing they don't like the Kesben, because the Kesben don't like the giants, but you wouldn't know for sure.
Okay, so it's a deep bottom, and is Kesben's one just a person? What's his?
Kesben was the first house you talked to, and you are in you are in an alliance with them. The Pitchfire and the Deep Axe are both neutral to you right now, and both want the other one dead. You haven't spoken to the Pitchfire yet. Just to give you a quick reminder of the politics.
Right down first. Okay, Deep Axe, Pitchfire. Well, let you know that the Deep Axe and the Pitchfire will absolutely not work together.
Well, there's no surprise there, he says.
I have
Surprised.
tried.
I'm surprised they haven't killed each other this far. The only reason they haven't is because the war would anger the giants, or else they would be fighting.
Well, I have tried, but they will not work together, and so it's most likely going to come down to one of those families being removed.
Says, well, do either of them support your cause yet?
Well, I would ask if you were to choose which family you would rather remain after the dust has settled. Well, let's assume that you're in. You know, you join us, and the revolution happens. Which family would you rather see stay after the dust has settled?
With Pitchfire, they have unbeatable magical prowess. The ability to wield a weapon while useful is nowhere near as useful as a good magic spell. He says, losing the Pitchfire would be a great loss to the city and our society.
Yes.
Though I wouldn't want to see the Deep Axe go down either, but honestly, those two are going to have it out at some point, and I would much rather see the Pitchfire come out of that.
Well, and especially if it means you gaining the lands and potentially power of the Deep Axe. So, in a hypothetical scenario, if Kesman's family and the Pitchfires were on our side, would you be willing to throw your lot with us in a serious way?
Give me deception or persuasion. He kind of eyes you a little.
I'll persuade him. I'm not trying to con him.
He says, I would certainly be more likely to listen to your plan, as those, while I'm not crazy about the Kesbins, I can't deny, hang on, I can't deny that Gregaro has a formidable collection of artifacts and also some very powerful wizards under his employ. So, to answer your question, yeah, I'd be much more likely to listen to what you have to say. This is why. Are those families in your alliance? You still haven't been completely forthcoming with me about who our allies would be.
Well, to be honest, I am still unsure that you'd sell them out to the fire.
So as well, trust goes both ways. Give me an insight check. I'm not going to tell you the DC. Alright. You are unsure. You, like you said, you think you persuade him a little, but you think he's still kind of, like, trying to get info from you. He says, why don't I bring us some food to eat while we discuss things? And he points to one of his guards and says, go see if our hors d'oeuvres are ready. And the guards kind of nod and come down this way. Is anyone saying anything?
He could have helped us carry the.
We're gonna need a little bit more than a hors d'oeuvres.
This is the part where we say about the
Is anyone saying anything?
Can I help? I would love to help carry some horsey dubers.
Yes, I am much too hungry for just hors d'oeuvres. I skip breakfast.
Kind of gives you a funny look. He says, you're my guests. I'm not going to have you carry food. Servants do it.
I doubt your chef can prepare food as fine as I expect.
He says, well, I'm sure you were a very... And one of the guards kind of sighs quietly. He says, "I'm sure you're a very skilled cook, but again, like we're having a discussion in here. I don't think it would be proper for you to just wander into my kitchen."
This seems to be a discussion amongst everybody else besides me. And
Keep-
Eastwag.
Give me a persuasion check. DC 15.
Oh, 1 second. I'm in the wrong room.
These are all bookcases around the room, by the way.
Yeah. He says, "Well, I suppose if you really wish to see the kitchen, go ahead. Let the gnome accompany you." And the guy's like, "All right, fine." The guard motions for you to follow him.
I feel like Chomsky is like skipping at this point, like following the guard.
All right, so go ahead, Chomsky, follow him.
Sorry, 1 second.
I'm,
I'll just out of the ring, but I will follow.
I'm going to take.
Are 2 hands enough, or do we need 4?
Uh,
It's unfortunately you wouldn't let me bring my servant in here.
he says,
Or
"Just
helper.
let's just go." He seems annoyed.
Okay.
Like, you and your wanting to see the kitchen. What's wrong with you, gnome?
I appreciate good food. I'm sorry you don't have much flavor down here.
He just grumbles.
You think with
So
all these-
hang on a second. Before we go any further, is anyone? Well, what's going on back in the room? Anything while we're waiting?
I'd like to scan the bookcases for interesting titles.
Uh,
Throughout that whole conversation, like I don't know what else I can do. So yeah,
so these. Do you speak Dwarven?
I believe so.
All right. So
You're green by the blue.
seems like a lot of historical accounts. Probably some studies of different generals and battle tactics. Looks like also like political books, magic studies, and just a lot of different how-to type information.
Anything that looks like it doesn't fit, like the rest, like all of the stuff you named seems like on par for this dude. That's a nobleman and a political leader and probably of a military background. But like, I guess
Give me an active perception.
this is just a long shot in case there's like some book that triggers something. I don't know. Like, this is dumb. Sorry. All right, active perception. Let's see here. I just didn't know what else to do while I'm listening to the. Okay.
Yeah,
These all seem
pretty.
I appreciate that he appreciates knowledge.
Yeah. All right. So, anyone else?
I mean, just aside from continuing the conversation, but if somebody wants to do something else first.
Yeah, there's not much I can do here to help. Sorry, guys.
All right. So Chomsky, you were brought over to the kitchen area, and the guy opens the door. Inside there would be one servant kind of standing there. He would give a bow as the two of you enter. The dwarf says, yeah, like I said, all our people are missing for some reason. I don't know what happened. And the servant would say, is it time for food? And the guard nods. He says, yes. This one wanted to come and see the kitchen. And the dwarf will look at you and say, you must be one of the guests then?
One of the guests. I'm the world-renowned chef, Chomsky. I came here to, help you out. I heard you were short-staffed. I want to help support you however I can. I know working in the kitchen by yourself can be a real pain in the ass.
Says, oh yes, we are quite short-staffed actually. I mean, look
Yeah,
at this,
let me
he
help.
says. Look at this oven right here. I mean, we don't even have enough wood to get all the ovens fired up, and he kind of
Oh,
motions for you to take a look.
I'll look at it. Yeah, you could definitely better organize the preppers.
You would see
You
all
know,
of the
it is
weapons in the oven,
pretty clutter free,
and
but
then he would close it up.
quite messy. Uh, this ugly one here. You think he could grab one of my friends to help clean this area up and help bring food out and prepare food?
Give me a persuasion DC 20. As this
I
dwarf
can't make that.
this dwarf has had enough of you. He just crosses his arms and looks angrily at you.
I guess,
He says, "Come
Can I
on."
use a flash in that?
You can. Well, wait, can you flash yourself? Yeah, you can, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. So the guy or the dwarf says, hey, yes, friend, come. Surely you can bring us another set of hands. I mean, I'm so short-staffed in here. I barely got these hors d'oeuvres ready. The guard looks really annoyed. I can ask, but this is really pissing me off. And he says, "You know, with me. We're going to get one of your friends if you're too weak to carry these yourself."
Let me help organize this area and set up the hors d'oeuvres and get the main entree started.
He kind of eyes you suspiciously. He looks to the servant. He says, "Don't let him go anywhere other than the kitchen. Got it?" And the servant nods meekly. Actually, give me another persuasion check, DC 10. This one's easier.
That doesn't help.
Oh, you got a 50-50. All right. So yeah, and the guy would nod. He said, "Oh yeah, of course. I'm sure he's not going to leave. That would be very rude." The guy nods and says, "I'll be back with your help. Go ahead and get things started. Give me one of those hors d'oeuvre plates," he says as he walks over and grabs one. He says, if we just made 2 trips by the time I go back and forth, we would have freaking had this done already," he says, annoyed as he walks down the hallway. So, a little while later, he would come back in and
While he's
Chomsky gonna do
gone,
something
could
while
I
he's gone?
set down some more d'oeuvres.
all
Yeah.
those, weapons and stuff into a bag of holding?
Yeah, you can certainly take all the stuff out of the stove and put them in the bag of holding. The guy says,
Bag of holding work in an anti-magic field?
No, I don't think so.
the guy would say, "All right, well, I did my part. I'll be hanging out here. I assume you guys are gonna, get rid of someone and then move on."
What's in this room to the south?
He says, "South door leads to the dining room."
Why do we not dine there? Cool.
He says,
Sounds
"I don't
good.
know. You could ask. You can ask Nedrick about it, or Lord Davalis, I guess."
Can we start on these entrees? This steak isn't going to cook itself.
Says, "Are you actually a cook? I thought that was all bullshit."
Of course, I'm a cook.
Well, he says, "Have at it, I guess."
Youngins.
He says, "Most of the food is done, honestly. I more said that just to bluff the guy.
Well, I appreciate you.
But, I mean, if you actually want to cook, I guess you can. Is that part of the plan?"
Oh, we'll see.
Alright, so this guy comes back. He says, "I think we need someone else to help carry the dishes, if that's okay." And the Lord says, "I suppose, though, this damn servant's gonna kill someone."
I will assist. I
Uh,
am accustomed to assisting Chomsky.
Alright, very well. Well, give me a persuasion. I'll say DC 10. Very well. My apologies. This is so embarrassing. I don't know what happened to my servants, but yes, thank you for assisting. The dwarf says north, not south.
How would I know? You have not given us a tour of this.
Says, well, you should have let me go first, should you? He says, annoyed. And he starts walking
Well,
up
I
here.
was closer to the door. I merely.
He's just grumbling. Arrgh. Arrgh.
We just hear them grumbling off down the hallway. It's like,
Alright, so the guard comes back. Yeah.
Is there? If I'm actively like scanning the hallway for, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not expecting anything, but like.
Well, actually, before they come back, would you have said anything else to the dwarf? Or asked him anything or done anything? Because he'd have like a couple of minutes.
Kind of want to. The dwarf in here?
Yeah, the guy who you're alone with in here.
I don't think there's much I can do without raising suspicion, so no.
Well, this guy, what do you mean? This guy's an insider. He's one of your people.
Yeah, but having him disappear. Ooh. I guess, friend, is there a garden around here with fresh herbs?
No, we're underground. The food's grown in the mushroom
understand,
fields.
There must be some black truffles. How do you expect me to cook this steak without some black truffle oil?
What is wrong with you? What are you talking about? You don't have to cook. You're here. What is wrong with you?
Out of character.
He says, kind of with in a hushed voice. He says, "You don't have to cook anything, buddy. I assume you're here for some violence, right? What is this with your cooking?"
Fetch me some black truffle oil, or some black truffles.
Give me a. You know what? He's not gonna argue. He says, goes to the barrels. He kind of rifles.
I think they're outside in the mushroom fields, far away from here.
What are you doing?
Give me a. Are you trying to tell him to get out of here?
Without telling him to get out of here?
Give me a deception.
Very subtle.
He would say, I can't just. Wait, I can't leave the house. The Lord's pissed off enough. The guard will gut me if I try to walk past out the front door. Why would I leave anyway? What's going on?
Because I need truffles.
Oh, God.
And I'll say at that point, the door would open, and you would see Arapel and the guard, and he's like, well, maybe you shouldn't walk in front of the guy leading you around the house. That's all I'm saying, little robot creature.
Understood. I will modify my behavior in the future. Accommodate your whiskey.
Whatever. This thing's here to carry the plates. Go ahead. And he points over to the plates over here with the hors d'oeuvres.
Guard. We need truffle oil. And yeah, no. It's not even worth it. If we want to eat plain steaks, that's fine.
It's like, huh? You didn't season the steaks? He says, I did season the steaks. They're very tasty. And he gives you a dirty look. It's like, what, are you trying to get me in trouble? And the guy's like, oh my god, you people. Just get the goddamn food and let's go.
The guard is armed.
Tiamat, watch over me. Yeah, he's got his hammer, his armor breaking hammer and his crossbow.
I mean, I assume all the people in the room were armed, right? Well,
yeah.
The two guards and the magic users might not have been armed, I guess, but.
So Chomsky, at this point, with your passive perception, you think you hear some noises coming from the south, almost like a laughing, like from over here, and maybe voices.
Guard, what is through this door to the south? Why are
Huh?
people laughing at us?
What? Who's laughing? It's the dining
There
room.
was somebody on the other side of the door. It's
No.
laughing at us. Can you not hear that?
No. It's
Go check
probably
it out.
this is probably the prince and his girlfriend. They're here in one of the southern rooms. It doesn't matter.
The prince and his girlfriend is in one of the southern rooms.
Yeah, Nedric's son.
Hmm.
Prince.
I would grab a plate of.
Maybe you wouldn't call him prince. You'd say what would you say? He would say Nedric's son. Nedric's
The
son
Lord
Reuben.
Lady?
Yeah, Nedric's son Reuben. Reuben is probably here with his girlfriend, that dwarf hooker.
Shut the door. You're letting all the good smells out. It's important to keep the aroma in the kitchen.
Would you just grab the plates? This is the mouthiest goddamn gnome I've ever met.
Chef. You're supposed to address me as chef when we're in the kitchen.
That's just like
And-
full on. Um,
And I'll grab
Wait,
a
why
plate
did
of
a
pork
party
roast.
token appear? What's going on? Get out of here,
I
party
guess the
token.
party wants to see what's going on.
Just
For the
peeking in.
streamers.
There's no for the streamers can see. I'm showing the stream.
Okay.
I assume you guys are just
I'll,
cheating. If you could just cheat and
grab,
watch the stream if you want to see.
2 plates of hors d'oeuvres and hand them to the dwarf. Let's say, take these out. We'll be there in a few minutes following up with more.
There's
Uh,
dwarf.
I assume he's talking to the guard, who is
Guard?
like fuming
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point. Give me a persuasion check,
Oh my
DC 15.
No, you want me to do this?
Why did you send you?
Flash yourself.
He says, "I will do no such thing. I got you your goddamn statue. Statue can carry it, and you can carry it. I am not the butler."
All right, statue will pick up a plate of hors d'oeuvres and then start walking this way.
Trip and falls.
He says,
Yeah,
"No,
more.
that's go the other way. What are you doing?"
That's the dining room.
Running out. He's like, "We're not going to the door. Stop." All right. So if you walk in here, hang on a second. You're gonna see something. In the southern, south. Was that east? Yeah, southeast of you are 2 figures. One of which is kind of holding the other one like in a loving embrace, which I will show you what they look like. And as you walk in, the young lord kind of looks over and is like, "Who's this?"
Hors d'oeuvres from the kitchen?
Sorry, my apologies, Reuben. These are your father's guests. This one was confused, he says angrily. We didn't mean to come this way. He says, it's fine. I'm okay. Wait, if you are, or if this is the guest, why is the guest serving us? He says, the servants had some issues, and they insisted that they help carry the food. And the
I understood that there were diners to the south, and I was told to carry this tray. Would you like to partake? Also, can I give this chick some
Nedrick,
pointers on
Nedrick,
profit?
meanwhile, kind of looks a little uncomfortable. It's taking them a while to get the food, isn't it?
Also, based on the picture, I really need to give this chick some pointers on bra fitting because she's wearing the wrong cup size.
Yeah, it's that's what you get with AI art. So the machines don't know how
How flesh works.
yeah, how flesh and boobs apparently, how boobs work. But she says, "Oh, well, that's very kind of you," and she smiles and takes an hors d'oeuvre and says, "Oh, that tastes lovely." And Reuben would take one as well and say, "It's very kind of you, friend, but I feel bad that you're carrying around the food. You're a guest, not a servant." And the dwarf says,
Chomsky would yell from the other room. Do you not see that They're a robotic servant?
The dwarf guard says, up north, please, friend, pointing to,
North.
yes,
North.
through the kitchen,
North. Okay.
towards me. Give me a deception check. I'll give you advantage, because you do look like a weird robot. He says, no, this way, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? Follow simple orders, you're gonna... Gnome, pick up the other hors d'oeuvres. Bring them to the... Oh my god, what is wrong with you people? What are you gonna do, Arafel?
I'm just actively looking for. I don't. Actually, you know what? It's so broad. I don't know. I was.
Gnome will come over here and say, "You said bring the hors d'oeuvres over here, bud."
No, I said bring them to the library. Oh my goodness.
Well, at this point, I believe the library is closer in this direction. Right.
Reuben would say, well met, sir. My name is Reuben Davalis, and you are?
I'm Chef Chomsky.
Chef Chomsky. Go ahead.
I know you have your own cooks and stuff here, but I always enjoy taking my hand at the grill.
Well, it's lovely to have a chef of your renown working with us. This is Nedry. Nedry would smile and say, oh, hello. Hello, Gnome. Is your name Gnome, she says?
I go by Chomsky, Chef Chomsky.
Oh, right. Sorry, you said Chef Chomsky. She says, greetings, Chef Chomsky. It's an honor to meet you. Chef of such renown in our house. I would love to taste some of your cooking.
Well, my robotic servant there tried to bring you some food, but this annoying guard here has prevented her from feeding you or serving you.
He laughs. He says, Jimmy, it's quite all right. I can show them back to the library. And he says, I don't know if that's a good idea, Reuben. And he says, it's fine. Just go back to my father. Tell him that I will help our friends here get sorted. He would nod.
I'm going to return to the kitchen to finish up these entrees. Sorry for the interruption, but it's a pleasure to meet you all.
Oh, sure. If you're going back to the kitchen, then yeah, the guard can show you the way. What about Arapel? What's Arapel doing?
I have heard that the whatever the name of the park in the city is that we've been to a couple times is quite lovely at this time of night when the sunstones are in their descent. Perhaps that would be a lovely place for you and your friend to pass the evening. I can wrap up these hors d'oeuvres if you wish to take them with you.
He says, well, we're going to be here for the evening, but yeah, no, we've been to Gorvin Park before. It is lovely. We'll probably head up there at some point during the week.
I see.
Nedry would smile. She says, it's so fascinating. Living statue. I've never met something like you before.
I have heard this from multiple encounters. I am apparently unique. I am still uncovering details of my making and history, but...
She would smile, and Reuben would say, well, we're going to retire to my room for now, but it was lovely to meet you, Arapel. And the two of them would go through the door here.
So apparently I'm, left unattended then? I wasn't expecting that, but I'll take it.
Yeah, the guard kind of chased after Chomsky and kind of forgot you were there.
I have a tray of hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
I guess I will... Can I... Oh, how obvious would it be if I took my weapon out and, had it on my hip or on my back?
Do you have your weapon?
I mean, it's in my compartment of holding.
Oh, I thought you sent it with the rest of the weapons. Did you decide to put it in your compartment?
No, you asked, and I said, like, Arapel was doing it not so much out of any kind of plan or deceit, but just because that's how he handles his weapons when he's out of combat.
Sure. So then, I mean, you could take it out, but it would,
Pretty obvious.
if someone saw you, it would be very obvious, yeah.
I
Just
don't.
walk back in with the weapon. You're like, huh?
Yeah, you know what? I think I'll put. I don't know.
I don't think any of it. I think we haven't even figured out how to deal with the anti-magic field.
Right.
It's all these variables you weren't told about.
Like the sun being here and his chick.
Well, they said one of the members of the family might be here. They didn't say he'd have another civilian with him. But wait, before you go up there, because Chomsky, you'd have had some time to do
sorry,
stuff.
Yeah, I guess I'm moving really fast. Okay.
What would you do in the kitchen?
Begin cooking, and my friend, are we ready to serve these hors d'oeuvres?
The guard would say, exasperated, "Yes, that's the whole reason you came here, was to get the hors d'oeuvres. What are you doing?"
I realized how chaos this kitchen was.
It's true. This kitchen, it's been so challenging without all the other servants here. And the guard looks like he's just ready to blow a gasket. It's like, let's get the hors d'oeuvres to the library, then we can ask about you cooking.
Oh, I've already started.
Says, wait, where did the statue go?
You lost her?
He comes running down here
What
and
kind of a guard you are.
goes through the door. Where is she, you
okay.
hear? Or where is he? Alright, what are you gonna do, Chomsky? The guard left for the time being.
I'm gonna close the store with Mage Hand and tell this guy to follow me and help me serve hors d'oeuvres.
Oh yeah, sure, I can take a plate. And he grabs some hors d'oeuvres as well. Alright, so about this time, if you go down the hall, you would see Arapel coming up the hall. And behind her, the guard comes running through the door. It's like, hey, what are you doing?
Before we turn the corner, could I give... Well, so weapons. Malin doesn't have any weapons. He uses his fists, right?
Well, he has his gauntlets are in the bag.
I can
Cool.
survive without the gauntlets. The problem is I'm a little debilitated without my.
Without his strength from his magical item.
And Glenn has his instruments, I assume.
I mean, it's not a weapon. I don't see why he would have not had that on his back, right?
Yeah, Glenn has his instruments, yeah.
Okay.
So Usla is the only one without her weapon.
I've got my muscles.
Technically, yeah.
Well, also, Boulder Bottom doesn't have his bow.
Oh, true. I would pull out my axe and hide it on my belt as best I can.
What kind of axe is that?
Oh, let me check. It's a +2 battle axe.
Yeah, you're not hiding that. Battle axe is huge.
Especially on a gnome.
Like, you can conceal like a dagger, you can't conceal a battle axe.
Alright.
All right, in that case, I have daggers.
Maybe a short sword, but very unlikely. Definitely not an axe.
I have daggers in my my bag of holding. So in that case, can I have put one of those on me?
Yeah, so you can make a stealth check to try to conceal a finesse weapon.
Well, like, I mean, am I doing this now in the hallway, or am I doing it when I asked earlier if I could conceal weapons on me? Like when I was in the dining room alone?
Did you get any, or are you taking this out of your chest cavity? Is that where you're getting the dagger from?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do it before.
Okay.
It would be a stealth check, though.
Okay.
Alright, 11.
Yeah, but like when I got left alone in the room and there was no one in the room with me is when I had asked that. So about taking weapons out and stuff.
Alright. So you, at least so far, have a concealed dagger. Not the best hidden, but...
Not gonna help the entire party with no magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though at this point, we're kind of close to the end. So you guys are coming back here with the hors d'oeuvres.
We're flailing without a plan. Like we're just making this up as we go.
You're trying to come up with something as you're going, yeah. Are you coming back to the room, Chomsky? You and this guy?
I guess so.
I do
Alright.
want to ask, what's his name? Derek Frederick? I'm actually that bad with names, unironically, today.
Nedrick?
Nedrick.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask Nedrick a question before they came back.
Sure. What are you going to ask him?
Back to the power thing. So, I mean, so you basically want a security guarantee if we replace the fire giants. Is that correct?
He says the gain to the city's power should be equivalent. I feel like just losing the giants, while some of the families might benefit from that, as a whole, our people would suffer. Like, say, the surface dwellers or some Nazic Empire warlord. I mean, even the frost giants nearby could suddenly come in here and take over the place if we didn't have something to fight back with. I mean, we're very
well,
close to
actually-
the Dwarven Empire in the mountains. They could bring an army down here and retake their city.
Well, actually, why don't we come up with a security guarantee with the frost giants? We've had some dealings with them, and they might owe us a favor or two. So we could arrange a much friendlier defense contract with the frost giants.
Does anyone want to help him with this? Anyone else saying anything persuasive? Otherwise, give me a persuasion.
Guys. Alright, straight persuasion.
You don't
it
want me to
is.
open my mouth.
That's what I've been saying the entire time, yet I've been talking.
Well, 2 rolls are usually better than
Well, I'm
1.
not there, so.
It's true. I guess only Glenn could say something. Is Glenn saying anything? Maybe Glenn fell
Guess
asleep
not.
again. Alright, go ahead. Give me a... Alright.
Okay, well.
Well, let's end with that, and let's do the MVP votes. Maybe you can ask Glenn during the week, and next time we see if he says anything. It's an interesting counter proposal to bring new giants into this. All right, I got.
You're still planning on just killing these people, right?
I don't know.
Honestly, Arapel wandering around, like looking at bookcases and wandering around kitchens and dining rooms is like grasping at straws. I'm like looking for an idea here.
I
I
feel
have
like
no idea
Glenn,
how to help y'all.
I feel like Glenn should have walked out and then could have put that dwarf to sleep, or at least.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but if the guards that escorted us out, because I was thinking about trying some sort of incapacitation, but like if they didn't come back, then
Yeah,
that
or
might have put
Or
everyone
if
else
they
forward.
reacted before you could get the spell or attack
yeah,
off.
very
The
possible.
The sound of the
Right.
alarm, like,
Even
yeah.
while they had plenty of opportunity. Like this guy was being a buffoon, just running around.
I think
Honestly,
we just
have to
need to
get out
somehow
of that
get.
room.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like we somehow have to get them to like pursue us out of the room. In
We
order
could
to
have
find you.
get out of the room, or we could have probably just threatened have the sun implicitly threaten the sun.
Yeah,
then-
and I thought about that too, but like again, that didn't seem in Arapel's nature, and there was a good chance of 1-on-1 or 1-on-2 because we don't know what his chick is capable of. She might be a side chick. She might be a powerful fighter.
Well, no,
We
should
just
have,
we know one thing: she doesn't know how to put on a bra.
Well,
All right. Well, Chomsky with 4 votes, your MVP, crowd favorite tonight.
Well, thank you. Oh,
That was
one
interesting.
session. That was a rough session. Who knew ethical
no idea
one,
what we're
like it's
doing.
far more complicated than.
I don't know. Like I should just
I
find
don't
like a
know.
kitchen fire or something.
I did. I knew.
That's true, like a distraction.
Well, how much fun would it be if you just
Pirates
came in
without
here
it.
and won? You gotta put some complications in here to make it interesting, right?
Like,
Oh
yeah.
After the complications.
Anti-magic field is a big complication for most groups. Yeah.
I think you could still probably take these guys even with it, because they can't use magic either. Like, yeah,
Two
you.
of those guys are used.
Yeah, except right now we are unarmed and none of us are monks, so.
Well, my only
True.
problem is my AC is gonna go down, and so is my
Wait, you're a paladin. You don't need a weapon. You could like punch smite if you wanted to.
I can't?
Wait, do smites work?
Oh, I never thought about that.
Oh, actually, no. Maybe you do need a weapon. All right, I'm lying. Because yeah, I think you do.
I never thought about it, but I guess let's see
Plus,
here.
I would consider smite a magical effect.
Yeah, but I think smite actually says the melee weapon attack, and I don't think unarmed is considered a melee weapon.
Yeah, it does say melee
No,
weapon.
that's why I need my gauntlets. I mean, I still.
Because I think there's a bunch of. I remember reading an argument about this. Like there were people who wanted to multi-class paladin monk, and they were pissed off because you can't punch smite.
I have a question about anti-magic. I think at least the.
Oh, but
normal
wait, no,
spell-
you couldn't. Never mind. You can't smite in anti-magic. I don't know what I'm talking about.
But you can
Well,
dispel on
that was-
anti-magic.
No, you can't.
No, yeah.
You can't do anything with anti-magic. Is
Oh,
like
true that.
ridiculous. It's like
That wouldn't make sense if you could
Isn't
just
there
use
something-
magic.
Isn't there something in anti-magic where like if the magic comes from a deity?
well, yeah. If you have like god magic, that's different. But none of you have that level.
Is the magic granted from a deity, not god magic?
No, it's more like miracles and like basically the god himself can ignore anti-magic.
So the god has to be the caster in order for it to be considered like
Uh,
a deity origin.
yeah, it has to be like ridiculously powerful magic to get through it, I think.
Well, not get through it, but just to ignore it. Yeah, okay.
Well, even then, I'm not even sure because the way my understanding for anti-magic we feel is, at least as it's been described, is that like the weave is just dead. Like the weave just doesn't exist in that area. The anti-magic field is in.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I haven't encountered very many anti-magic fields. I was just trying to like kind of. I was looking for.
Yeah,
ideas.
except
I'm-
effects created by an artifact or a deity. And by a deity means like the deity directly, not divine magic.
And none of us have artifacts in this game, so yeah.
No. None of you have like
anti-
yeah. No
anti-magic ray is
hand of
really-
Vecna or anything.
Yeah, it's way more like because I remember in a campaign we were just like cock of the walk, man. We were just kicking ass, and we went to this mine, and we were didn't really prepare because we were kicking everything's ass, and it was a like long, thin 200-foot hallway, and at the end was a beholder, and he had the anti-magic ray just stared down at us from behind, and he had soldiers that could keep us locked in melee and archers, and it just locked us down, and we just like couldn't do anything. It was so we had to retreat, and retreating barely, just because it's like, and it was that we realized like, wow, we all pretty much all of us, since seemingly we didn't have any fighters or monks, really gained like all of our power from either magic items or spell, or like some sort of magical effects. Wow.
Yep.
I mean, me in an anti-magic field, I'm completely worthless.
I mean, even right now, I feel like we're quite dependent upon magic items. Arapel gets her strength and damage from a belt of giant strength. Uslag has
Mine's
all her weapons, magic
Well,
weapons.
I mean, but the only thing I can do is attack with a rapier, like in a magic field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I
Oh,
could
did
touch
you,
one, I'd get mine.
Did you hear what Malin was saying, Glenn, about bringing the frost giants into this? Because I thought maybe you
No.
like had been away or something, but you guys might want to. You might want to make an argument for that next week. What were you saying about it, Malin?
I was saying, like, I mean, we're trying to address two concerns that he has. The first one is like, you know, are we actually strong enough to take down fire giants? And the second one is, if we do take them down, they still need a security guarantee.
Basically, he was saying to bring the frost giants into this to help, like, secure the city. So, might be a. I don't know if you want to try to make that argument, but
Secure the city for the Dwegar and remove the fire giants.
yeah, like replace the fire giants with frost giant allies.
Oh, replace, so like the frost giants would have a holding here?
That's what I thought he was saying, right, Malin?
Yeah.
That's what it
Do
sounded
they
like.
even want that? Do the frost giants want to be down here?
I don't know.
Glenn is gonna cast Modify Memory on Malin.
I'm trying to spitball here, guys.
Wisdom save.
Yeah, no, honestly, like I did not know what I was doing. Like Arapel was like, okay, we're in a bad spot.